live cam go mode active, just because recording, and then I actually looked back and used the previous recording to find some details. So
Oh, for your article?
no, just for preparing this session.
Okay.
Let me turn off background music because we don't need that.
The
I
monetization?
believe it's all broadcasting. I know that Google's been having problems, so there's every likelihood this might fuck up on YouTube.
Yeah.
I can always re-upload though. Which is
I do have to say, I did love in your article that Bob is a builder.
Bob is a builder.
Yeah, that made me giggle. He was like, yeah, that's funny.
I just needed a reference. Anyway, so I think it's all working.
FK 2 seconds. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. So we left off. It was a snowy day, just on the outskirts of the town, or township rather. It's not an actual town, but the township of Bad, in where all of you holed up in your lovely little Leon's Inn, which you've been rebuilding, clearing, preparing with defences, making a little home of. And then on January... Help me out here, Amelia.
Oh, hang on.
January the somethingth.
I'm working on it.
For Bupples, January...
Found it.
When are we?
23rd.
We're on the 23rd?
Uh-huh.
I thought we got stopped before that. I thought...
I'm sorry, that's when the fast forward ends. This one was somewhere in the midweek. 7 days in, so I guess the 15th or the 16th.
Looking at it, the 15th would appear to make sense, because I've got no entries on that date.
Yeah,
Do you have an entry on what day it is?
Yeah, of course I've got entries. I've got...
No, on what day it is. Is it Saturday or Sunday?
Oh, heaven knows. I don't know.
Okay.
It's January 15th, the
That's a Saturday.
Boom Day, as it's locally known around the area.
Well, you can actually just like go for it on Google Calendar, seeing what day it would be.
I could, but there's a whole lot of effort, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
But supposedly it's a Saturday. And I remember this was happening later in the day. I believe this was in the third period of the day, which means that it's just started to get a little bit dark as well as snowing.
Okay.
Not impressively dark, so I don't think I'm going to be penalising for darkness, but the snow matters. De Haas had, relying on his danger sense, I believe, picked up on a great sense of unease, which drove him to do a perimeter check. Basically, the guy's got mad anxiety. I can relate. But either way, he went out and did a perimeters check, and upon glaring down the road in the snow, he could see with his infravision the approaching figure of 4 people, which he allowed to get marginally close in the grand scheme of things. So I believe they were at 100 yards when they approached the edge of the crossroad.
Something like that.
What is the south of your position? And I can't remember his exact words, and I don't know if his character has actually said anything, but I know just as we left it, James's response was, "Oh, fuck these guys, hunt them."
Get the machine gun.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think it's apparent in world that Dahas is on edge and has been looking around, and I know Ruby had taken Q on of this and told Quinn to go and stand by the door.
Yes.
So you are in the mode of preparations to something. But we need is Dahas, is he here with us or back?
Yes, I was about to say if I could segue in.
Please.
Keys.
Please.
He's hungry.
So Tahas, where we left off, was on top of the roof. His bipod was out on probably some rubble wall that is on the roof. Through the canopy that is a snow, through the telescopic sight on his rifle, you could see these figures coming through. I believe last time I did a check to see if I could recognize anything on these people that was some sort of uniform or belonging.
You did. Or moreover, I forced the check upon you, I believe.
Yeah, and what revealed was a faction of which is not of great deal love between Dahas and that faction. Dahas, if he had both eyes, they're both widen, and the hole of his ass would certainly pucker.
Okay.
He would cuss under his breath, probably. A cold sweat would just probably go over him. Excuse the pun, because it is snowing cold outside at the moment. My response to this, with hindsight and time to think of this, would be I would probably pick up my rifle, flip the bipod down up against the barrel, sling it over my shoulder. Dahas would run downstairs, grab his backpack, and start throwing shit in there that he belongs to him. This includes bedroll. He's just stuffing it in there. The usual antics of Dahas, which is everything is organized, everything has its place. Fuck that right now. It's just get your shit, put it in a bag. Dahas almost fast paces it to the exit of the house. Takes one look at everyone. Nods. And just runs out into the snow.
So, can we backpedal? Do we notice the fact that he is just like? Can we react to him just packing?
Well, I mean, insofar as time will be passing for this to happen, so he's, as he explained there, very under-Hass-like. He's yeeted himself down the stairs and just began, like, fucking stuffing shit to his bag. And most of what Dahas has done up until now has been very regimented, very stoic. He's never been one to tempt to rush things, and yet something's clearly up his butt.
Yeah.
So anyone in the mainstay of the household, which is most of you, because that's where all the heat is for the most part, will certainly be witness to this playing out. So reactions ad hoc.
Big eyes, confusing. What's going on here? Confused.
Yeah, Leon definitely stands up and like walks over, like the hands out in a kind of like, what the hell is going on? Jester's like, the house, what's happening? Like,
it looks like he's getting ready to leave.
Where are you going?
But what? Like, dude, like the house, what? Leon doesn't say dude.
No, Leon doesn't say dude.
Yeah.
Leon, mein Freund.
What have you, like, what got you spooked? Like, you look pale. Like, Hey,
That's a
Lord.
lot of conversation to be happening that short time that Dahas is doing this.
Yeah, so what
Yeah.
he's described is a brief moment, like Dahas running downstairs, scooping shit into a bag, and then just yeeting out the door, probably leaving some stuff behind.
Okay.
All with a curt nod as he approaches the door. So you have a moment of like, what the fuck is if you're gonna respond, it needs to be
Bye.
like that. Vulcan's like, have a nice time at the
Drugs.
water park.
Bye,
It's like a
bitch.
good riddance, he's a cunt.
No, Frank, take Frank with you. He's always wanted to go to the water park.
What's going on? I think I can make
Yeah,
that.
that would be an appropriate question.
Yes, that would be an appropriate question. I would not give a response, and I would just leave.
Okay. Well,
Maybe
Like, I don't
he
have
has
time for talk. I'm just fucking. Bye. Have a good time.
maybe he's got a date.
no, it's just
I'm pretty sure I hear Barry White in the background. You're all too young to know who that is.
You got some secret
Got some stash.
QT recordings somewhere. So yeah, I mean, we've got Leon asking, "Hey, what's up?" with no response, blanks, and then off to Haas goes. Ruby with surprise eyes. Anything beyond like, because this is in a flash. So
well, other than possibly running after him.
What did he see out there?
you don't know.
This is the
Oh,
question
no,
of
but
the
my
house.
character asks. No, to Leon and
He's already out the door.
Vulcan. Like,
Yeah,
curious, what's
I've
out
gone.
there that he's
So
running from?
in the moment of surprise, you're like, what, and then he's like gone out the door already, and you're like,
Yeah.
okay.
He's probably faster than all of us, isn't he?
Like this,
agility?
he probably is.
So, like, okay, I'm gonna break this out for a second. Even if you tried to chase him, there's no way you
Yeah.
would catch up with him. Especially not Carton Quinn.
Queen is actually faster than Ruby at the moment because Ruby's level 2
In
encumbrance.
Only Ruby, unencumbered, could keep up with
Yeah.
him.
She's got a PRD in her hand.
Maybe something with something. I get up and I go over to the window and I take a look.
Yeah, Leon walks up and just looks out the door, just like, where the fuck is he going?
Okay, so you get to the door.
I roll a 6.
Yeah, your perception is moot at the moment
Cold
on your
blood.
roll. You are going to see something because they're practically next door. So I will come to you in a moment, Frosto. Leon rushes to the door. And you know what? Let me do a secret roll because it's appropriate for this. Secret roll.
Secret roll.
This is after the Haas already eaten away, right?
Yeah, this is in the moments after the Haas has just yonked gone. You get to the door, and even in the snow-covered floor that is, it's been snowing quite heavily for the past few days. Everything has got layers of snow on it. And you look down to try and follow what you would suspect to be footsteps, and the footsteps you can see stop abruptly, as though the house just ghosted. So you follow his tracks briefly, like in your line of sight, and then you're just like, I can't see them anymore. There's no tracks beyond a certain point.
That's weird.
Houdini!
Yeah. So if someone is outside near Leon's inn, they will just hear as Leon's jaw just hits the ground,
Oh!
just like,
Or like crump in the snow.
Yeah. Back to... I'm going to come back to Vulcan now, because he was going to the window. So, Vulcan, you approach one of the external windows. and sort of push your face to look out. Down to the south, there is a group of 4 people visible approaching in the snow. And even from the silhouettes that you can make out here, you can tell they're pretty heavily armed.
Huh. There's a
Well-
bunch of guys with guns out there. Bunch of people, I guess. Don't want to be sexist. We left that behind when bombs went off.
Well, if he's running from them,
Maybe we should barricade ourselves. Or y'all should run
or
because I
just
can't
try
run
to
away.
talk to them instead.
He really isn't known for his communication skills. Maybe it's just a misunderstanding.
Well, yeah, but he looked like he just seen a ghost.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
maybe he got into my drugs. I don't know.
Drugs?
Well,
More drugs.
well,
Well, all I
whatever.
know is that those people out there look like they could use some drugs.
Let me put it this way, Vulcan. Does your drugs just make it so that you just like fly off?
Oh, you'd be surprised what I have in this sack of mine. And he taps his nutsack.
Frank? No.
Yeah, he tapped his backpack.
Just
Um.
62-year-old nutsack from a radioactive person. Just
Hey, no.
Hey, I'm the least
He's the
radioactive
least
person
ready.
of all
After
of us.
his ran away, he is now.
oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
I
Bingo.
have like 3 or 4 rats.
Yeah, he's like feeling so good.
That's probably why he was tapping his nutsack.
But yeah, I mean, they can do some crazy stuff to you.
Well, it's more the case of like he made about like 6 footprints outside, and then they just vanished.
He's just a ninja. Don't worry about that.
What now?
So, who still has the radio? Is that Vulcan or the Haas?
I would have it
You have it, okay. Damn it.
because I was the last one to talk over it.
He
I
was.
believe. Yeah.
So I'm going to need some form of what's happening because these guys are approaching.
Oh,
Leon and Vulcan.
yeah.
He ran off like what he just did. Probably for a reason, so
Well,
we probably wouldn't stand much of a chance fighting these people, or he wouldn't have ran. So I think the only thing we can do is maybe offer them some food and a place to sleep for a bit.
maybe some drugs.
Maybe
Yeah,
some drugs, who knows?
Well, yeah. The thing is, well, if the Haas had any issues with them, well, the issues he had left with him. But Leon currently right now, he's very tensive about this because the last time he ran off for a quote unquote friend.
Yeah, man, maybe you shouldn't go chasing after him unless you
Yeah.
get shot in the head and undo all my beautiful work.
Yeah,
It's hard on that.
Yeah. Leon's not saying this, but you can definitely tell that in his head he's just thinking about the last time he ran off. Just got
Maybe like his hand slowly reaches up to the
yeah, exactly.
healed scar.
Yeah, just like
Ooh.
yeah, all the like in the mid sentence of like all the troubles went away with the Haas, and he's just like he's just tensing like. But in any case, we should probably be maybe a bit wary of these people.
Well, until they try to kill us, maybe we don't try to kill them.
Well, Ruby, I think it would be nice if you could just have Quinn running a ready, quick
chainsaw.
Running a chainsaw.
Yeah.
Just saying that Quinn is running that one to make sure that the chain is not.
Well, she had cleaned it out recently.
I have cleaned everything on them, yeah. So Quinn is always ready
He's
for
been
for
maintained,
fighting.
so he's in top performance.
Oh
Yep.
no, the Haas has the grenade.
Oh,
Oh well, guess it's gone.
Right. With that, time has advanced, these people have arrived at what would be the intersection that is outside your front door.
Okay.
And
We're
you,
all
Guessing that they can
inside,
easily
right?
see the lights and everything.
yeah, I mean, you've been inside whilst you've been having this small tete-a-tete. And so Quinn is still by the door. That hasn't changed, am I?
Yeah, well, I'll move him out of the way so the door can open at least, or he had to because the Haas left.
Yeah, I mean, I presume Dahas would have been like, "Ah," and Quinn would like, okay, door.
Yeah, so he would be right next to the door.
Move, you dumb robot.
Yeah, move. In which case, you can now hear somewhat muffled voices from outside. And then you hear a thumping of someone hammering their fist against the wall outside. And a voice calls in, "Is there anyone in there?"
Yes, hello?
Hello? I'm here. Sorry.
I need to put some order on these guys so I know who's talking.
Uh,
So let's have a look here. You are, oh crikey,
Yes,
okay,
please.
okay.
I was wondering.
Oh, man. Okay, it's this chap. He's the point man. You respond with your inquisitive welcome, and
Yeah.
without you don't see a figure in the doorway, but what you do see is the barrel of a weapon, and it's not immediately obvious what the hell you're looking at, but it's certainly a weapon. It's not pointing into the building, it's sort of coming past the door frame. And the person says, "Are you armed?"
Rich.
we
I
are-
rolled my armory small guns. Can I determine the caliber from the size of the barrel?
You look at this weapon and you are confused by it.
Huh. I've never seen someone attach a banana to a gun, but oh well.
Yes, we are armed, but we're not looking for trouble.
We have food and warmth.
Stand back from the door.
We're not at the door.
Okay, hang on. And then
Right.
call Quinn a bit away from the
So you're
a
calling,
bit away
you call
from the
Quinn
door.
away from the door. Okay.
Yeah, a bit.
We are about to come in. Please do not attack. We will be forced to put you down.
We will not attack. Don't worry.
And a fairly largish man, but nimble for his size, sort of quickly rounds the corner and begins pointing the weapon in. And he quickly scans around the room.
When he gets to
and-
me, I just wave at him and smile.
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, when he looks at me, I just go, drugs?
Drugs. He motions with his hand briefly, and then another chap comes in, similarly adorned, and his armor is like nothing any of you have ever seen. It's nearly 100% coverage, head to toe, with some kind of heavy respirator. And he comes in, and through the muffled voice of his covered voice, he says, "This is not Group 9 territory."
No,
Uh,
we're just outside of it. They're a bit more that way, and I point in the direction.
Yeah.
And he motions with his hand and steps to one side inside the building, and then is quickly followed by 3 other guys. Who all
Though
file
there is
in.
one of their citizens here.
Did you say that out loud?
What did you say?
Yeah, he would have said that out loud.
What did you say?
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Leon looks over at Vulcan. Just pain, suffering, death, torture, and torment.
That should be good.
immediately the guy that waved everyone in does the whole, fisty sort of stop motion,
Yeah.
and the three other guys drop to a kneeling position, readying their weapons.
Boy,
Wait,
you
wait,
guys
wait,
are
wait, wait, wait,
jumpy.
Wait.
No, shh.
And the guy that supposedly is in command, or at least from what you've seen appears to be in a command position, says, "A citizen here?
Yeah?
One
Why
of
are you
you."
so jumpy?
Yeah, this would be the time where Leon walks up saying that I am like looking almost kind of like ashamed of like he's like being caught like in a hand of it with your hand in the cookie jar. It's like, yeah, I have a citizenship in Group of 9, so but I don't use it as much. I prefer to not live within Group of 9, but I have a citizenship with them.
Yeah. Interesting.
Why
And
are you so
he does
jumpy?
another hand motion, and all the guys stand back up again. So, why is this territory so close to Group 9, not in their cordon?
What?
We don't know actually why they didn't come here and
We figured
harass
that a
us.
while ago.
Because they do know of us.
Yeah.
We just mainly when travelers and merchant escorts come to bar to trade, we offer them shelter, warmth, and food,
An
Much
outpost.
and
cheaper.
medical assistance.
Yes,
Oh.
we've seen many outposts in the wastes.
Well,
You're looking at another one.
Yeah.
Oh,
One of
speaking
the
of which,
one of the guys is looking up and down at Quinn at the moment.
be careful of the chainsaw, man.
No,
And
he will do nothing.
the leader chap.
Chainsaw on his arm.
Yeah.
That's unsettling.
The leader chap, he does another little hand movement, and the guys sort of spread out a little bit. Like they're almost trying to be tactical about this, like taking different angles in the room.
Okay.
But they're showing no immediate threat.
You guys are jumpy. Do you need food? Are you hungry? Are you sick?
We have our own rations. It is.
Well, I mean, the soup bowl's here. You want some drugs?
Yeah. Sit down. Have some water. Just yeah.
I don't think we can stay. We're here for reconnaissance only.
Oh. Well,
What are you looking for?
Well, Group 9. This
you up that
territory
road.
they have taken, it used to be ours. Yeah.
Really?
Wait,
How long
so-
ago?
Oh, some time now. There was a small rebellion, and some upstart gangsters decided to ruin our HQ, set the thing on fire, and, well, a few of our units left and decided that civil obedience would be left to its own accord. We have no time for it.
Oh,
Okay,
that
so
sucks, man.
if you don't mind me asking, who are you guys, or what do you belong to?
Oh, I'm surprised you do not know of is the fine model CV-15 that I see stood there. And he points at Quinn.
Huh?
It's the chassis, clearly a CV-15, a later model, I think.
Oh, okay.
Suddenly,
And
Ruby being a woman.
he pulls down. Basically, he's got a hood that covers his entire face. So he pulls off a mask part, which is like a respirator, and then pulls a hood down. And the back of his head is nearly all chrome. And he stands very briefly and says, "My dear, I am commandant of the Lek de Globen. We are a fine and upstanding group trying to reclaim what was wrongfully taken. This group of 9, their ways are archaic.
Oh, really? Hang on. So, your ways are different?
Well, not so different. We used to be a part of them. Many years ago, we decided that their ways were inefficient. We saw a better way. And so, under some leadership that decided to take a few men and some equipment, we became the Glauben, the light.
Okay. So, but you're looking into driving Group of 9 out of band.
Well, we were sent here to reconnoiter the situation. We did not realize there was an outpost here.
You might have some trouble retaking that place. They've got a lot of firepower.
We
Yeah.
understand fully their capabilities.
But, well, other than his citizenship over there, we don't have any ties to them.
You
I
won't
mean, we
find
have to
them
go there
alive.
sometimes to buy things, but that's about it. And we would, if possible, very much would like to stay out of this conflict.
Yep, I have seen what a Group of 9 power armor did to, I'm guessing, what would be your small defecting rebellion? Because me and Vulcan and two previous comrades, we came to this place when it was occupied by, guessing what you would be describing as gangsters, and then Group of 9 showed up with a power armor and just forcefully took over all of the one, and most of the city left. Some stayed behind, and yes.
That roll, by the way, I was curious if I can tell that he's lying.
All right, so you're trying to inspect this person's integrity.
Yeah.
So let's have a look at what you just rolled there. You've got a 7. Oh, that's pretty good. Looking for the telltale signs of someone that might be making shit up or not revealing whole truths. You don't notice any of those telltale signs, but you
Okay.
still feel his face is portraying someone that is telling a story.
So he's lying, but he's not lying?
He's being truthful in the things he's saying, but perhaps with some
lying
amount
omission.
of embellishment. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
I really have no love for the Group of 9, so I don't really share my group's views on staying out of it. But do any of them look sick?
With the guy in front of you with his metal dome, you're not entirely sure how to inspect a metal head. It looks healthy. So hang on, let me just check. So
Lesions, those kinds of things.
this guy here, hang on, is going to be the leader. I'm just going to put leader on his profile so I can see him. I need to come up with a name for him. This guy is Mr. 1. Roll secret dice. So there's a chap who is wearing a similar set of all covered armor, and you can't see any of him to make any judgment on it. There's another chap who's wearing a heavy set of combat plating armor, so like some really military grade stuff. And he looks fine. He's got chapped lips and clear signs of cold exposure, but he's all right. And the other chap, who is also wearing a full covering outfit. Again, you can't see anything to make any judgment on.
Okay.
So
Well-
I can tell that some things about the story aren't quite accurate.
Yeah, you get a sense of non-full picture, I guess.
Okay,
So-
so he's just holding a few things back is all.
So I don't know what the real story is, all of it. If you don't want to tell us, that's fine. But you don't need to make anything up. Okay, we're not going to rat you out to anybody. I could care less. Do you want some drugs?
Could you make a speech check for me? I want to see how well Vulcan can chit-chat his way through this.
On it.
On the speech. All right. And I rolled a 9. You cannot flip the table.
Actually, with a 1 out of 20. And that fail.
I think it already always rolls a 1.
No,
Oh, no.
it just
Oh.
won't let you
That was
actually
a crit
flip it.
fail. Sorry, I'm not here.
That's right. So I rolled a 9. You are attempting to. The guy sort of looks quizzically at you and just waves a hand in your direction. He's like, "No, I do not need this right now."
No, fair enough.
Well, either way, nice to meet you. My name's Ruby, and that's Quinn. And I point at the robot.
Quinn, an odd name.
Well, yeah, that's my robot. That's Leon. I point to Leon, and that's Vulcan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Point to Vulcan.
And this
We
is
have
Frank.
made
And he points to like a spot on the
Yeah,
floor.
just some
What?
shit on the floor.
Yeah, just some shit. That's Frank. Please don't be mean to him. He's very self-conscious. And he goes back to like nothing, just puffing away his pipe.
What is this guy's? I'm going to give him a name. He's going to be courteous enough to at least give you his name. Let's give him a name. I need my. Names. Give me a name. So this guy can be. Ha!
Johan.
Arnold. His name is Arnold.
Arnold.
His name is Arnold. That's genius.
Yes.
So, he says, yes, I am Captain Arnold. Arnold, what's his surname? Gerstleg. Arnold Gerstleg.
goose leg?
Gerstleg. Gerstleg. Gerstleg.
Spelling it out to me doesn't do anything for dyslexic, but other
Yeah.
than that.
Arnold German name.
Y-Z-2 Alpha Romeo. Mike.
Okay.
I'm dyslexic as well. So I'll just take a
He sort of acknowledges your introduction, I guess, and he almost immediately, sort of interrupting you talking almost. He sort of holds up a hand. He says, "You say you've been into the town here whilst Group 9 are established?"
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, because when and then Leon just goes telling about like how Group 9 showed up and the exam and just quickly goes over all of the introduction details of how bad was accumulated by Group 9 and people left, people stayed.
yeah, I've only been in there once to try to get a citizenship, but I failed. That's
So
all I know.
perhaps you know how they have their guards laid out, what their organization might be in the town. Perhaps you could give us some information.
Um,
Depending on what your plans are to do with the information.
They're going to retake the town, dummy.
Yeah,
Or try
well,
to.
yeah, I kind of figured that, but I was kind of hoping that they maybe wouldn't completely just decimate everyone, because then what's the difference between these guys and Group of Nine if they're just gonna kill everyone that's in the town anyways?
hmm.
Also, try to keep the meta chat to a bare minimum because there's like a quote-unquote conversation occurring.
Yeah.
Oh no, Leon's actually.
All right, you're
Yeah,
just.
This is an actual conversation.
All
Oh,
right,
yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
out loud.
I'm sorry, I can't do a consistent voice the same way
No,
Frosty
no,
can.
it's all right.
Because
Mine's
otherwise,
real easy. You just kind of talk like this.
oh, I can't just suddenly turn into an old man.
An old man.
An old man.
Yeah, so me and him just start going at it back and forth about.
Alright, so I jump in. Well, if they leave us here with all our stuff, I honestly don't mind who controls the town.
Well,
Yeah,
that's true, but I do well, we have been getting kind of friendly with some of the guards and people like in the tavern and stuff. And
the tavern.
have, but
Really?
well,
The
I'm guessing
stories
the
you-
tavern will just stay.
oh wait, sorry, I was confusing. Out of game, I was confusing people who visited us coming from the city, not just random people like dropping in.
You have had a few people that have come by as patrons of your inn.
Some bandits too.
Raiders come by.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't really care who has the town as long as they leave us alone.
Yeah.
yeah. I just don't want this. I don't want this place to turn into a bigger war zone than it already is, because I'm
Well,
trying.
this place isn't really that tactical of a position to have.
Yeah, well, if they
Far
turn
away, you can't see the openings.
well, if they turn bad into a war zone, who's gonna come by? Might as well just pack up and leave.
Eventually, whoever wins.
Ah, yes, the age-old argument of whoever wins, whoever's got the biggest
Yeah.
guns.
You know,
Yeah.
sure. I haven't been there since they first started, but can I remember anything about how shit was laid out?
Give me an intelligence roll. I mean, you're a bright guy. I'd be surprised if you can't remember at least something.
Well, he is baked most of the time.
Okay, take an intelligence roll with a -2 modifier for perhaps misremembering.
A -2, then I
Did I
fail
say
by
something?
1.
I said nothing.
You fail by
No.
1, so you remember that about being tested. You remember about the guy on top of a van yelling at everyone, but then the things
It
you
kinda
start to
fades
remember
away.
after that is like a bit wishy-washy.
Yeah. Sorry I can't be of more help. It was quite a while ago now, and I'm pretty old.
Well, I've
All I
I've
know is
been.
that they have they have automated machine guns
That's
by
true.
all the entrances that I know of, and I don't know much about the guard rotations.
Automated machine guns, the hypocrites.
Okay.
They also have a power suit someone used. That's
Yes, the Solid Panzer. We're aware of their Solid Panzer brigade.
If you want, you might, well, when the weather clears up and you're careful, you can probably sneak on the roof over here, and if you have some binoculars or something, you might be able to see what they have, because you can possibly
Well, we're
see it
only
from
here
the
now
roof.
because of the weather. It's made perfect weather for surreptitious actions like this. I don't think we could have gotten this close without cover of the snow.
quick question. Do the people in like the Group of Nine in Bad, do they know who you are? Like all of your group, like you specifically?
I'm not sure. I mean, I was
Because
part of
then
the
you,
original defectors. It's
well,
unlikely, but maybe if one of my old comrades is here, he might notice me.
okay, so
That was
well,
years
if you
ago.
want, if you want to scope out the insides, then it's 125 caps for a day pass.
Ah, ridiculous.
You could yeah you could just buy a day pass and just take a walk in Bad.
I don't think that would be advisable.
Up to you.
And he taps his head.
Hmm.
And Leon gestures like pointing at the entire group. That's why I asked if any one of you, not you in
Oh,
particular, if any of your little friends could probably walk.
Sailbolt. Take off your sleeve. And the guy to one corner just rolls his sleeve up. It's just a mechanical arm underneath.
Hmm.
I'm afraid most of us choose to live a better life.
To live a better life?
I can see how that works.
Amelia, legit, is Ruby turned on by these guys?
She said, "Ooh, they lick the Glaube and they're robot peoples."
Yeah, just thinking like, is she feeling a bit hot under the collar? Just like, woof, these guys are kind of, woof.
My people.
Maybe. Well, she's more into building robots, but she doesn't mind seeing them either.
Yeah, cyborgs. Ooh, they robot with penis. But that makes sense. Then you back into game. So it makes sense that you guys can't just go in there, considering that yes, you are augmented.
It's one of the few things that we decided to leave. A difference of opinion about the future of humanity.
So your picture for the future of humanity is to become robots.
Not robots, simple things like that over there. They barely compute anything. We are humans, but better.
Enhanced, Ruby says.
Yes, enhanced. And he
Oh.
like he takes a bit of proud sort of chest sort of
Yeah.
the concept of enhancement. Yes.
Yeah. Why do I get the sense that in a short while, like Chike and Amelia is going to be rolling new characters again because Ruby ran off with the with the fucking Terminator, and the house just like gone in the wind, sort of. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. So okay, Ruby, do you have a moment? And just Ruby, when he said an old colleague of his, well, the Haas has had augment. Rich, bear in mind that I am trying to have a conversation with Amelia out of earshot.
Okay, so Leon sort of
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
hushedly talking to Ruby.
Yeah, do you think that this could be someone that knew the Haas?
Judging by how fast he ran away as well, yes.
Just well, if they want to turn everyone into enhanced robots or enhanced humans,
He didn't say they want to turn everyone into it. Hang on. Can I walk away from Leon for a bit?
From the
Walk
hushed
back
side.
to the guy. Did you take the enhancements because your old body parts were damaged, or did you just have them replaced voluntarily?
Most of us choose to have the upgrades.
Okay.
most of you.
They are useful additions to Otherwise, boring human bodies.
Mhm. Fair enough. I go back to Leon. Looks like it's all voluntarily.
Well, he said most of them.
Well, yeah, maybe not all of them take the upgrades.
Yeah,
And
but
Ruby
what happens to
specifically
them?
calls them upgrades.
Am I in here? And Vulcan like waddles over. Hey, I'm okay with extra robot bits.
Really? I thought that you wouldn't be.
Dude, if I could crush a rock like a, slightly smaller, less hard object, I would totally do that. It would make some of these high trips that I have even more interesting.
Yeah, and if these things would extend my lifetime or make my life easier, I wouldn't be objected to it either, to be honest.
Like, less organic means less cancer. Just saying.
That too.
True.
So, what can we do to help them? He says loudly.
And
Well-
as you say that, he sort of, because you've sort of sidelined yourselves, he coughs abruptly and sort of says, "Well, yes. What can you do to help?"
We have shelter for people. You can do better reconnaissance.
I don't think we should be staying in the area. We are here merely to.
Oh no, not permanent. I mean, like from time to time, you come by, and this is a spot that you can mark as, safe if one of your people needs to stay here.
We should
in
keep
the
that in
area.
mind.
Yeah, and I am okay with helping you all, but I would prefer not to get caught up into a conflict between two large forces.
With lots of guns.
Yeah, we've already been moved around and and also I'm curious about one thing. When you say most of you choose to have your enhancements made, what happens to the people who don't want?
Well, if someone doesn't want to partake of the upgrade, it's not a obligation to be touched. It's merely a better way of doing things.
Is he lying?
Is he
Yeah, that's-
lying? His words come out with a taste of vitriol. Like, why would someone not want this?
Yeah, why would anyone not get a robotic upgrade? Because that's insanity. I
Yeah.
agree.
So
Yeah.
he says it with a little bit of spite. That, why would someone not be upgraded?
Yeah, because see, if I took this rock, and it's not even a rock, it's a stick, and I
Mhm.
chucked it at the back of your head, it would just go boom, and then off it goes, dinging on the ground.
Oh,
But if you
please
hit
do
me in
not.
the back of the head with the rock,
My my cerebral interaction is a memory upgrade. I have near eidetic memories.
cool.
Yeah, it's just wait. How many people get the brain upgrade?
These are very rare. If you can find the technology, well, you are blessed.
Okay, so it's not something that everyone gets.
Well,
Like-
these simply do not exist anymore. And he taps again. He sort of taps the base of his skull.
Yeah. Okay, so but again, apart from using robot enhancements, how is your faction any different from the group of 9?
I don't understand the question. We are solely interested in making sure that, well, like this town, it was a fringe township. We weren't heavily invested here, and we left because of the problems. But
Mm-hmm.
whilst we were here, we believe it was a more peaceful place.
Well, it's relatively peaceful now, other fact than it's just occupied by another faction.
And yet you're telling me about the automated guns that people out.
That is
Well, yeah,
true.
I'm guessing they have it more of in line with a defensive one because, as far as I know, they have not used it against anyone who has been non-hostile.
Yeah, we do get the occasional bandits and other like
Well,
creatures
bandits,
every now
they
and
are
then.
everywhere. We've
Yeah.
probably killed a few on the way here. Remember, where was it? Somewhere near Brandenburg. Yeah, we were up that way. And there was this
Right.
terrible problem where this chap, I don't know what he was saying, but he started firing. I don't think he was firing at us, and then we taught him about laser fire.
Ah, that's pretty awesome. So, I do have a question though about those upgrades. Could you get high if you wanted to?
As long as your respiratory system and some of the cerebral cortex is left in place, I just don't see why it's not possible to have this.
Awesome. Where do I sign up?
It's not
No,
Brandenburg.
I'm too old to join your group, but no, if you do,
Age is not a
if
problem. There are ways of overcoming such a fragile frame.
yeah, you don't have to tell me about fragile frame. But I'm also a doctor, so if you have some people,
Oh, do you have any
in
experience with cybernetics?
more the organic sets, so probably not the greatest. If you want cybernetics, you talk to her
And he
and
sort of
him.
quickly
Huh?
snaps his viewers. Ruby, is it?
Yes, I have experience with robotics. I built most of the robots over there. I built Quinn.
Very admirable.
Thank you.
And sorry, I just completely blanked out for a moment. Are we introducing to what our skill sets are?
Well,
talking about
Vulcan has
something.
led it into the conversation.
Yeah.
Okay. I just look over and say, well, since everyone's telling what they're good at, I can probably fix just about every single one of your guns and armors, and repair anything that you possibly own.
Interesting. Such a useful group of people, and yet you live out here.
Well, the fact
Yeah.
is that we're also trying to make this a more habitable, fully self-sufficient place. And I do mean self-sufficient in every regard.
I
Well,
see.
and Group of 9 didn't want to offer me citizenship, so all I have.
You just made it like Leon is actually trying to do the most slow-burning hit on you. Just like, oh, they didn't let you in? Quick, let me build you a house.
Right. I'm going to pause because you've reached an amicable state of interaction with this person.
Mm-hmm.
You've overcome any potential
No stabby stab.
hostilities.
We're not dead.
But I do want to go over to someone else who's in the game, who disappeared briefly. Are you with us, Jim Bob? Is he there?
Jake.
Is he AFK'd whilst we were busy?
Hey, twat, you there?
He has. He's gone AFK. Or either that, or he's talking and his mic's not picking up. In which case, Dahas dies of hypothermia and dehydration and radiation and
All
Yes,
its organic bits are
radiation
eaten by a rat bear.
another thing.
I would say FTDs.
No,
Horrible.
none of that.
Horrible
I'll wait for
STDs.
him to come back. I was going to arrange with him some of the immediate effects of his yeeting out of the building.
Okay.
But we can come back to that if he's not around.
Yeah.
It's understandable.
Yeah. By the way, Rich, are you feeling better?
Yeah, I'm feeling a bit perked up, if I'm honest. It's probably I don't know if it's
Yeah.
the drugs or just chatting around, but either way, I'm feeling a bit better. So.
Well, so far, like, yeah, I don't like. Let me put it this way: I feel just as scared of dying now in this game than I do every other game. So you're doing all right.
Excellent.
It's just like new people showed up. They are really heavily armored. I'm Leon. I'm dead.
So just to cover a bit of ground that will be apparent, Leon, you more than anyone, I think, might have been eyeballing the things they're toting around with them. So I will quickly give you a description of the people that are currently inhabiting your space.
Are you going to write this to me or what?
No, I'm just going to try and do my best verbal recreation. So,
Okay.
one of the chaps, one of the guys in a full cover armor of some kind, he has, and he's since slung it on his back, but he's got a pretty impressive long rifle of some kind, which you look at and think, oof, that looks meaty. You can't immediately tell what kind of caliber it might be. You can tell that it's pretty serious stuff, though.
Does it seem reminiscent of the Haas's rifle?
It's got that ilk of it. I mean, it's De Haas has. Where's my mouse? I need my mouse. So De Haas has a sniper rifle, as is seen on his card. This is not nearly as lengthy as De Haas's rifle.
Okay, so it's more of a more of assault rifle.
Battle rifle?
More of a battle rifle.
Okay.
But more interestingly, and slung under his arm on a, he's got a shoulder sling. He's just casually resting his arm on it. Is something you can only be familiar with by the form of it being a laser weapon of some kind.
So one of them has a battle rifle and the other one has a laser
No,
rifle?
this is the same guy. He's got...
Oh, same! Oh, shit.
Yeah, the battle rifle's on his back and the laser rifle's sort of slung casually under his arm.
Okay.
And that's him, and he's just chilling out in the corner looking out a window at the moment.
Roll to hide your erection.
One of the other chaps who is currently, quote unquote, guarding the doorway.
I failed by 10. I rolled a sneak. I am rock hard.
This chap seems a little bit less well armed. He's got similar all-covering armor. In fact, no. Yeah, all-covering armor. This guy. Let me just. And he has, again, he's got a rifle slung over his shoulder, so clearly for more emergency situations. But you're familiar with this one. It's a pre-war FN FAL. They're quite rare. This one seems to be in pretty good condition, though.
I have no idea. I am not a gun expert.
It's
a battle rifle.
Yeah, it's a battle rifle, but this one is one you recognise.
Okay.
It's main battle rifle for Belgium, and the UK used a variant of it. To put it in sort of context, if you fired an M16 at a brick wall, it would probably just fucking shatter. If you fired this at a brick wall, it would fuck the brick wall, the family sitting inside it, through the fridge, fuck the parrot that's squawking in the corner, and out the other side.
It's a fairly chunky battle rifle. It does its job.
And also, look who's back.
Yeah. But slung under this guy's arm, so he also has a secondary weapon, sort of kept ready, as it were, is ye old faithful Mac 10. The leader chap, who's been happily talking amongst you all, again, he's got something that you would only describe as, well, that's a laser rifle right there. But also slung on his back, and this is something you might you might have a contemplation of this weapon, having read through several manuals over your years. But this is something that you might have read of in a historical context, and seeing one, or at least seeing what you think is one, is kind of throwing you for a bit of a squiz. It's a Bren gun. It's me Bren gun.
Guys, I got a fucking awesome kit.
I do have to say that I would really love for the people who know of Fallout to post pictures of all of this, because otherwise I'm gonna be trying to be Googling it while he's explaining to me because I have no idea what this is. Ah.
Laser guns.
Oh,
No. Bren gun is not a laser
No,
gun.
the Bren
it's
gun's
this.
it's a
All
Bren
of
gun.
them. All of them.
It's a laser gun.
yeah, it's a laser gun. So a brim gun,
Yeah.
what does that fire? Oh,
It fires horrible, horrible. I want to kill you.
let's see. Let's see.
If the FN FAL will
Wow.
happily blow through a building, this thing will take the FN FAL and kick it out the door. It's-
Isn't it the same ammunition as the FAL?
no, it's actually slightly different chamber.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
Bren gun.
So yeah, again, I am definitely failing my sneak, trying to hide my massive gun erection right now.
And the last chap, the guy that's just wearing normal armor, as it were, he, along with his chapped lips, he's got a somewhat up-modified G36, which is currently strapped over his shoulder. And other than that, the only thing that he's visibly carrying is a machete, which is currently hung from his belt.
It's probably for the best that we didn't start a fight with these people. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But aside all the fanciful names and descriptions and nonsense that I've just given you, the overall impression is these guys be packing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And and all of their stuff is just like, are you in an urban fighting zone? You be dead, dude.
Yeah, I mean they've clearly come with intention.
Yes. Well, fuck. Well, I tell my assessment of the weapons to my two remaining teammates, and just quietly have a massive erection, and also developing a fear fetish because I'm being rock hard by being totally scared out of my mind.
Right.
So
I noticed the dulcet tones
I'm
of
popping
Jim
a
Bob
few
being
boners.
back, so for 5 minutes I just want to clarify what's going on in the world of Dahaz.
Sure.
The horse is doing fine in his.
So what's the immediate plan here?
Can I chatty in a different channy?
We can have a quick chit chat in a chon.
I just don't want to matter too much to the rest of the group.
Or we, like, the three of us could just deafen, so you can still keep it in the Twitch, and no Twitch
But
sniping.
you're listening on the Switch, aren't
Yeah,
you?
it's.
No, I'm not. No, actually, I'm not, because the last time I kept dropping because of
bandwidth. Let's go to live room 2. It should still pick up because it's coming through
Okay, fair
Discord.
enough.
So if we just bugger off to live room 2. Oh no, I've clicked on. No, let me just. I'll just check if this is recording or not. I believe it is.
That'd be fine.
What can I do for Dahas?
Well, Dahas would have gone straight to his shelter part 2.
Yep.
And he would have thrown his backpack in amongst the rubble, and he would have probably started to guard the area, as in just like be hyper vigilant. He would be trying to keep himself warm and he'd be waiting out possibly till the next day to ensure that they've gone. And he would probably spy on the group's house or Leon's retreat to see if there's anybody there
Okie doke.
for
I
going back.
have already made one stealth check for you.
Okay. So all of that could be defunct.
It might come to another stealth check down the line. And if you're going to be staying out overnight, that is going to be an endurance check against the cold.
The house is okay with this.
Are you planning to stay up through the night on guard, as it were?
The house would probably try and stay on guard as much as he can.
In which
Yes.
case, can you take a fatigue point off straight away to represent your attempting to stay alert, stay awake, and sort of be as on point as possible? I will come back to you with endurance-y stuff later on because it won't be present immediately. So as far as Dahas is, he's basically scuttered off. So you have your little scuttery house. It's like down the road a bit, isn't it? And across in the ruins.
Yeah, it's just basically a small sheltered area. It might not have a lot, but I mean, I've got a tarp which I can throw over.
Yeah.
It's a lean-to basically.
Okay, doke. I'll tell you what. Give me make an outdoorsman. You don't have any. Do your soldering skills have any? Oh no. Give me a survival check from your soldering. Do that.
Where's survival? What's survival based on? Oh, 12.
It's based on your survival.
That's good. 9.
Nice.
3 under.
A 9. Okay. So yeah, your military instincts kick in, and you're like, things I now must do to be alive. Can you also use your camo skill? Because that's going to be relevant.
Okay. 11. I don't know what my camo skill is.
Your
12.
camo
That's 1
skill
under.
is 12. So your soldering skills properly kick in, and like Dahas is just, must be survival, must. So his skills properly sort of take over. For now, you are secure.
Okay.
I shall come back to you. Let's go back to the others.
Roger.
Oh, great.
That's exactly what that is.
Hello.
That's awesome.
Hi.
There were some dice rolls there. Did you see? Oh, spooky dice rolls.
Maybe.
Oh,
I also am going to make a spooky dice roll.
Uh-oh.
trouble.
Anything above a 12 would be fine.
Cool. Spooky dice roll confirmed. Okie dokie. So, back in the large area that is the front of Leon's Inn, where currently there are 4 troops, having had a discussion with Ruby, Vulcan, and Leon. And it's come to a stage now where, Vulcan's passed on some information. Leon, are you offering them any advice or information about things?
Wait, what?
So one of the things they had asked of the group is, can you help us with any information?
Other than the fact that, well, if you try to keep your casualties to a minimum, then yeah, I can tell you the layout of it. But because I have been walking quite a few,
like all the time.
Yeah, you've been in and out of the city for a while, well, the town for a while, and
yeah. Just the amount of times I've been there walking in, I can tell them where their communication systems are. I can tell them where they keep their food rations, water supply, power generation, guard posts. Well, yeah, I can draw them a map.
When you mention the water supply, water surprise,
surprise,
surprise, what a surprise! The leader guy, his eyebrows sort of raise up, and in some sort of shock at your announcement of a water supply. And then he continues listening vigilantly.
Let's see if I notice this.
He says, you say you're,
Nope.
I don't know what's going on.
No, it's more in the case of like Leon realizes, wait, someone's actually paying attention to something I'm saying.
Oh, he's quite sort of raptured by the details that you're coming up with.
Yeah.
And
Alright.
he interrupts you briefly. He says, so you say you're an engineer. You'll build, you'll manufacture. This the water supply. Is it perhaps a hydrothermal radiometric encabulator?
What? Wait. Possibly?
Have you studied encabulators?
No, but I can kind of guess where your line of thinking is going with this, but it could possibly be something along the line of that. I don't know the specifics because sadly I was never allowed to open it.
Well, it would make sense. They wouldn't let anyone fiddle around with it, but well, your description of it sounds very much so. Okay, yes, this is very important. And then he lets you get on with divulging whatever else you want to.
Okay. Well, and yeah, I explain.
So he listens to you as you divulge that, and Vulcan's obviously given up what little he could remember. Ruby, are you sort of chipping in on this?
I don't know anything more than what I already told them about the guns and.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh yeah, they were somewhat afraid of my robot, I remember. We're not comfortable with it.
He lets out a low, sort of stifled laugh. As you mentioned that, and he just shakes his head and just hypocrites. Yeah, apparently whatever you've said was sort of funny to him for some reason, but he doesn't let on much more than that.
Okay.
Cool.
Could you maybe get the quartermaster?
The quartermaster?
I mean, never mind. Vulcan wouldn't say that yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay. As time has passed and the darkness outside has now fallen, so it's nearly completely sort of dark outside. You hear from who do you hear this from? You hear this from the person with who showed the robotic arms. But you just hear the very faint sound of like radio statics, and then you hear that person who speaks in a very effeminate voice just replies with affirmative, yes, of course.
And we suddenly just see notice Ruby having a small orgasm, just like built-in radio systems.
And this person sort of comes over, waits for the captain, or the person that's been taking all your details, waits for them to sort of acknowledge them, and you see, what's up? And she sort of takes him to one side. Is anyone trying to earwig on their conversation they're about to have?
No, let them just.
Passively. By passively, yes.
Passively, Vulcan's like, what they saying?
Yeah,
No.
Leon's also interested in trying to
Leon, you asshole.
Nope. Yeah,
Okie
no.
dokie. Unfortunately,
Leon's
you can't make out what they're saying. So you just hear the hushed tones of two people sort of. and then you don't actually make out any details. And the guy, the leader guy, he sort of turns around and says, "I'm afraid we must leave. Thank you for the information, and
Wait,
thank you
have
for
to
the
take
coffee."
some of this.
What?
Here. Gives him like a bowl of soup.
He eats. Thank you. And he confusedly looks around briefly, and then sort of gets a sudden like ding in his eye, grabs a canteen from his belt, and just sort of pours the soup into his canteen and say, "Thank you."
No
Dankeschön.
problem.
Yeah, it's sehr gut.
It's cold out
he's,
there, man.
he's gonna get surprised when he's drinking it, and then suddenly a piece of meat just thunk.
With that, he lifts his hood back over, replaces his respirator mask, and with a hushed but authoritative term, "Okay, everyone, let's go." And he sort of, waves his hand as though to corral his little group again.
I'll
Have
come
a
back.
good trip.
Yeah, I'll come back now. You hear?
And the guy who's wearing the combat armor sort of takes a couple of deep breaths, like, whoa, just like,
It's the ice.
yeah, it's like it's cold out there, but Commander told me to go. So, and they hurry themselves out the door and into the darkness of the night.
Can we see what direction they're going in?
They actually travel back the way they came,
Okay.
and with some hurry in their footstep.
Well, they did say reconnaissance, but
Yeah.
other than that, yeah. And yeah,
Oh.
we have no idea what they heard on the radio.
That was just their reconnaissance force.
Yeah, that was just the scouts.
Yeah. We be fucked.
Well done. You have overcome the encounter, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, we used tactics and intelligence instead of brute force.
That we did. We
Brute force would have ended up with us getting a gauntlet up our ass.
yeah. I don't want to make. I don't want to do a gurky this one.
Yeah.
For other people that are present, you are also aware of this event.
Okay, what? Departure.
Yes, I'm going to be making several rolls though, so just hold your proverbial beans.
Okay, then I'll just read about my entire country going into lockdown.
So let me just check some stuff here.
We went into full lockdown a few days ago over here.
We're not. It's Christmas. Fuck it.
Apparently they're introducing more higher tiers for Christmas.
Are you kidding me?
Tier 4, buddy.
3.5, 5. You're not allowed to breathe anymore.
Yeah, no more breathing.
Unless you pay tax. Breathing tax.
Yeah, breathing tax, because you're gonna get fucked over all the European tax.
So he just rolled a 15. That is very much a fail.
Wait, that's 4 dice.
Oh, is it? Oh, right. Ignore that roll. Oh, yeah, it's 4. Thank you, Amelia. I shall discount that roll. Doesn't count.
Now, because of the new roll, we all die.
That one counts, though. Dun 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 dun.
Hello?
Later.
Hi, sorry,
Later.
my headset disconnected. Too many cables, too much shit. Right.
Someone roll 2 dice for me.
Okay.
So, depending on how all of this horrible shit
6.
goes,
Nice.
2 and
I hope.
4.
Unless it's against me, in which case, damn you!
I'm sorry.
It is against you, I'm afraid.
Fuck's sake, Amelia.
I know, right?
What?
kill him.
Someone else roll 2d6.
All right.
Not Amelia.
Anyone?
Okay.
I am the roller. 9.
Oh, you guys suck.
I don't know what
We don't know which one's worse.
Sometimes I have trouble while I'm learning, because I'm trying to learn how to GURPS GM. I'm like, wait, is the high one better or is the low one better?
Depends on what.
If you must
what-
know, I was asking you to roll for critical location rolls to
Ah.
determine body parts.
Oh, that'll be great.
So what is
Oh wait,
a
those are good.
what did he
Mine
shot a
isn't.
pinky?
No.
Yours is not.
So let me just get some story fill here to clarify what's happening in the cold, dark night. So as the last snow flurries are coming to fill the evening, this group of four dart out into the street in they're trying to be tactical. You know, they're clearly not proper professionals, but they're doing their best. You know, covering corners and trying to have good vision, sight, and all that
You're
nonsense.
saying they saw a shitty '90s action movie?
Yeah, that kind
Hollow
of.
deaths, but yeah.
So they're trying to be tactical as they make their way out into the night. And briefly, the commander sort of does a sort of all pause, flat hand sort of stop issue thing. And he looks around, and this is only just outside the building. And he's looking around, and he's sort of looking as though he's inspecting around the area. And quickly he then issues, another sort of wave of the hand, like get on with it, and they all dart off down the road in sort of asynchronous dashes into the darkness, and they all disappear off down the road.
But why the body rolls?
Bit metagamey, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Yeah. So, that's that. What, if anything, is the house up to? Bearing in mind what we discussed previously.
He'll probably do as he said.
Okie dokie. In which case, can you do the roll I said?
What's this based on? I just
So,
rolled D3 and then
Yeah, three dice.
D6.
It's the one we said about, and I know.
Uh,
Okie dokie.
That's very much run of the mill.
It
Yeah,
is. It's very
standard,
run of the
isn't
mill. In which case, things are happening with the Haas, or not happening. But meanwhile, back in the land of the Nod, so the night's
The
going to
Nod.
come and go. Does anyone want to do anything before?
I'll get back to what I was working on before we did the stop.
So yeah,
I'm probably gonna be. What we're continuing with the fast forward.
yeah. I mean, once this encounter has been dealt with, we can go right back into the fast forward.
Okay. Other than after
That
they
was a
left.
weird day.
Yeah. Well, I'm guessing for the next couple of days, just like Leon is just gonna periodically just look outside, see if the house returns or anything like that.
Okay. And the Haas, regarding your plan that was
Yes.
discussed, what are you going to do about it?
What? Is this the next day or?
So yeah, the night will have come and passed.
Okay. Which case I'll be doing observation checks based on what I said.
Hmm.
After some time has passed, I would return with all my equipment, bars and bits and pieces.
Yep.
And I'll just walk into the place.
You just walk back
And
in.
just sit next to the fire and just put my one cold hat, my one human hand next to the fire, and lift my hood off my face.
Okay, in which case, yeah, nonchalantly, De Haas walks back in whilst you're all. I mean, maybe Leon you see him coming across the road, and he just sort of walks in, shakes off a little bit of snow, and there he is.
Well, what's going on here then? Why did you leave?
Where the hell did you go?
You're setting on Frank.
I'm cold.
Frank is squashed.
Well, I understand that you're cold, but why did you run off?
Business is my own.
Well,
Okay.
it doesn't take a rocket science that you knew the people who were here, and also, well, like you, they were enhanced with computer things, or with robotic parts. Computer things.
Computer things.
Immediately stand up and walk over to Leon. And I literally put my hand in front of his face. You think this is enhanced? You think this is enhancement? And I point at my eye.
Again, I will point out his eye basically looks like a JVC camcorder rammed into the side of his head.
Yeah. Well,
Obviously.
their words, not mine. I'm just repeating what they said. So, what's the deal with them?
If you don't think they're enhancements, why do you have them then?
That is none of your concern.
It's none of your
And
concern.
I go back
if
over
he
to the
thinks-
fire.
It's none of your concern if he thinks that it's an enhancement then.
Well,
Let's
it's
get to get
going to be a bit of our probably going to be a bit of our concern when the guys show up and retake this city in their name.
I turn around and look at him. What? They're coming back?
Oh yeah. They should be back before too much longer.
Yeah, those guys were here. That was their scouting patrol. Like they were here. Then some rebels kicked them out, and then Group of 9 showed up and kicked the rebels out. And now the enhanced are gonna come back to reclaim what was theirs.
They've already reclaimed enough. Fuck.
Swearing.
Yeah, literally he swears. German. Scheiße.
Scheiße.
Well, I don't see the problem with it. They're pretty nice to us.
Yeah. So unless you have some reason as to why they're bad, I mean, I'm gonna go on thinking that they're fine.
I did not choose these. I stare at Leon. Enhancements.
Well, you were forced to get them?
I was betrayed.
Does his voice actually breaks like that?
Betrayed.
Wouldn't need more than that, bud. That doesn't tell us anything.
Betrayed as well, and I got shot in the face. So
I could have said something then, but no, I'm not going to get that. He wouldn't say something like that.
No, he wouldn't.
probably not. But not to let it go to waste. Write it to me.
Well,
Somewhere.
I has kind of turned around. Some people deserve it. but,
Oh, fuck you.
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
It's callous, but it would imply that you have humour.
Yeah, exactly.
you
I'm
don't.
trying, I wanted to laugh when
Yeah.
Leon said something. I can't laugh. As a
Yeah,
response.
you're not allowed to do that.
It's like,
You gotta
God
buy
damn it,
that
this
off.
character's hard to play.
If you gotta buy that,
fuck's sake,
that
man.
off, we gotta find a reason to give him his humor back.
Laughing gas. See if
We
that
have to
works.
work on it. Yes, that's it. We'll get some nitrous. We'll pump
Anyway,
it in, and then
breaking
he'll laugh.
character.
Yeah.
You wanted to know more about me.
Well,
Yeah.
well, we've been spending quite a few days and weeks together, and we know little to nothing about you. The enhanced people showed up. You bolted and then you just come back and sit down like nothing's happened. Yeah, that don't fly, dude. Again, he doesn't say dude.
Leon doesn't say
Leon does not say dude.
Rock on, man.
Yeah.
You gonna
At
go
this
surfing
point, I'm going to
later?
have to retcon that Leon is actually a surfer that got lost.
Okay, so
Um,
Tahas would visibly start to get irritated by the looking 21 questions, but he would say, "I was a failed experiment, and have been on the run ever since."
you hear
Why do you
the
fail?
I didn't fail anything. I
Oh,
did my duty, and then I was betrayed.
wait. They
Huh.
they attached all of that to you without
Why?
you, like with like you didn't volunteer for this.
It certainly didn't grow there.
So the answer is you were forcefully implanted with these things. Yes?
Tahas is like now just putting his one human hand underneath his arm to try and warm it up, and like he's bundled up. Gets to the fire. Yes, they
He's
did
not.
these things to me.
Okay. There we go. That's all we needed.
So was that because your other organic parts got damaged, or why?
I don't know why they betrayed me. Perhaps it's some of the things I have done in service. But there was
Well,
nothing wrong with me before,
this sounds like story time.
and now I'm cursed with this. And my hand just opens up and flexes and closes again.
Hey, squeeze this.
Oh,
Give him a rock.
Oh,
Just drops his trousers.
Hey, squeeze layers.
No, I said a rock.
I'm here to humor you.
I mean, that's pretty much all you do, but I'm old. Here, let me get out my storytelling pipe. And it's just
Is it
a
like
pipe.
Eddie the Pipe from was it Glorious Bastards when the German
Yes.
comes over? It's like, yes, yes.
But bigger. So, and he packs the bowl.
Like it's just like a forest inside there.
So now he is just. I don't even think I should get a body roll on that one because he's
So Frank is rolling in with his entire crew.
Frank and the Frankettes are there now.
Cool. Right. Is I need to ask this of Mr. Cheeky. Is Dahas going to be relaying any further information to the group, or is his otherwise stoic nature?
Yeah, he's gonna climb up now. This is he's told more to you guys than he has ever since. Well, I'm gonna call it D-Day since his since his hand happened and his eye transplants.
Mm.
That's a very dark place to go, and he's not willing to share that place with you guys right now.
Cool.
Boo,
Bees.
that work?
Yes, that works. Messages. Okay, messages read. Okie dokie. All that needs to be done then is the finalizing of the fast forward.
Can I ask a question?
You can.
Thank you. I'm done.
Thank you.
What was the roles for the body parts for?
You see, Amelia's already asked that.
It was
And
too meta.
the answer is a little bit too meta. It
Okay, well, don't
won't
say that.
matter anymore now, because the thing that it was generating for me was information for me as a GM as to which body parts the troops had augmented parts. Because whilst they were searching around outside, they were looking for something, and if one of them had any appropriate augments, might have made their life a little bit easier.
I know what you're saying. Aye,
Yes.
aye. Okay, that's
Um,
what I assumed it was, but I was just wanted to be nosy.
so
Okay.
yeah, you were generating some body parts. Literally, I wrote down as augments to the troops.
Go gadget penis.
Yeah. So,
I'm pretty sure there'll be a generation now that doesn't know what that is.
I know.
That's weird. I figured there'd be a remake. Oh well.
so
Back to death.
I will cover the period from 15th through to the 23rd, which was the intended date, unless you tell me otherwise.
No, that's fine.
So that is going to be 9 days, although I am going to take off.
Actually, hang on. 23rd is the first day.
You're intending for that to be the first new day, so you're aiming for the 22nd as your...
That's the last day that is part of the fast forward, yes.
Okay, if that's what's going, I will work out for 8 days. But I'm going to actually work out for 7.5 days to account for the interaction with... Look.
Yeah, so 6 first and then 7.5.
Well, I'd already calculated the first half.
Was that 6?
Must have been. I've destroyed my thing now. I no longer have that record. I know I'd already calculated it because there's lots and lots of success things written in my notes.
How do you spell the name of their group? They said it, but...
So, for clarity, what you are dealing with... and I know my bad accent, yada yada. I make no apologies for that. If I can find where I pull such information from. You can go away and reverse translate this if you so desire to try that. Oh, cancel that. Why is it trying to paste it as an image? It's not an image. It's not an image. Why? Why is this happening? Discord has a real problem with trying to copy things.
Yes.
Right. Finally, I've written it into the Discord chat. Das Licht des Glaubens.
Which means
Light of... Maybe?
The light of globes? The world? I don't know what globins means. Belief. The light of the belief.
Okay, right.
Dun dun dun.
You're down the road for me.
What's this little German's name?
Down the road?
You were, I've just turned up. You on like 30.
Actually, you are a little bit quiet tonight. I'm just going to turn you up as well.
Well, I was experimenting with mic.
That's
Turned
right.
it off.
I'll turn you up.
What was I down to 30 for you, Jake?
Yeah.
Oh, so I was too loud before.
No, you were just talking.
What?
I can barely hear.
I love the like penny drop. That son of a bitch.
It has only just occurred to me you're a little bit quiet, but never mind. I should probably pay attention to these, being as I'm supposed to be, editing the audio to fit on a frickin' video, but never mind. I don't get paid
Right,
for this
use
shit.
Google Voice Overlay to cover up.
I don't get paid for this shit. Yes, das Licht des Glaubens. Light of faith. Whatever it translates to. That's what they announce themselves as.
Okay.
So fast forwarding time with my sheet that tells me what's going on.
Can I ask if that was a complete rando roll?
What, those guys turning up?
Yeah.
Yeah, was.
Fuck you, Aaron Jesus. Like legit, like.
I made 4 total chance rolls on encounters for your fast forward, and they popped up.
Did that make you chuckle?
It made me go like heavily. I knew it was a possibility. I just didn't know what the likely outcome would be.
I
Right.
think it's obvious now that the group realizes that my reputation with them and theirs with mine is not all singing and dancing.
It's definitely not all singing and dancing. So, let's have a look at the things that are trying to be done. Aside from the learnings, which I will do separately because they're handled slightly differently. So, learning things. Leon was learning body armor, I believe.
Yes.
And you have that much time allocated. Body armor. Body. Is that right? According to this, were you rolling your body armor over to a new learning of it as well? Because according
I think
to
I was.
my
Yeah, I was.
track, you actually complete body armor as of the 14th. So unless you want to roll it over. Yes,
So what? So I just stopped working on it.
well, no, you would have completed your training on that section of body armor. So I've got here body armor at 9.
No, that would. Wait, what? No, I have a body. Right now, I have a body armor of 11.
I've got this as a new skill, and I've got it as body armor at 9. What's your intelligence?
15.
Oh, it might be 11 then. Hang on a sec. Skills.
Again, I'm not above me maybe being wrong. So.
No, I think you're actually right in this instance. So,
Woohoo!
I'm just checking because I might have noted it down wrong. That's absolutely completely fine. If I've got it wrong, so be it. What's the full thing? It's armory, isn't it?
Yes, it's armory body armor subcategory.
So IQ is, what did you say your IQ was?
15.
15. In which case, yes, sorry, it is 11. You're absolutely right. New skill learned under my learning paradigm. It is 11. So I shall correct what I've written because you put it down correctly.
Woohoo!
So yeah, were you going to be rolling that over to go body armor to 12?
Yes, I was just working on improving that.
Right. In which case, let me just calculate what that would be. Oh, no. Your intelligence is 15, did you say?
Mm-hmm.
And you're learning it to 12.
Well, I would love to learn it as far as I can get within 2 weeks. So
And it is an average skill. So for you, this is actually quite quick, apparently. Because you is smart.
be smart. That is, I am feeling more and more good about me spending all my points and my perk on specials.
So you've already, in this fast forward, you'll complete 7 full days of that. So I'm just going to rack those off automatically. So 7 away from that leaves you with... Well done. That's that. So that one we've done. Were you continuing to go and be chatty with the guards?
Yes.
Can you give me a speech check on such a thing then?
All right. What me and rolls tonight? I am 4 over.
Okay, so I don't know, maybe during a conversation, like you're chatting away or something, and I
I
don't know,
assault the mother.
the squad commander comes out and just starts berating everyone for wasting their time on guard duty, chatting with fucking complete randos. And he sort of gives you evil daggers, like, stop wasting my fucking guy's time.
And as I pack up my stuff and walk away, and he's unattended for a moment, I just tell the guards like that. Well, he's not gonna get any soup next time.
But yeah, no grand success there, I'm afraid.
All right, fair enough.
In fact, what did you roll? Let me just see.
4 over.
Oh no, you can't even scrape a partial success, I'm afraid. Even no.
So I not insulted. I'm assaulted their mother, just like.
Uh, so you were also cleaning out the thing there. Can you give me a strength check?
Yep.
What's your strength?
11. I am 1 over.
So,
Oh.
and you rolled a 12, did you?
Yeah.
In which case, can you roll 2d6?
I'm going to potentially shoot myself in the foot. But could you move your camera over to my sheet for a moment?
I can. Oh, hang on, Wibble. I am looking at your... Oh, yes, that's a very good point. Ooh, oh, yeah, that's definitely going to count for this.
Yeah. I will for a moment. I'm going to be a good player at this point and just point out the fact that Leon is stupidly
In which case,
tired.
can you make a check? No, can you make 2 checks?
Sure.
Against that? So this is for your narcolepsy, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. That's that's my will. That's a will check. Yikes! I am free over my
3-0.
will check.
Okay, so one day in this week, everyone's going about their business, whatever they might be doing, and then from the back of the rooms, in one of the old rooms back there, you can just hear.
Ah,
Thanks.
sounds like he finally got some sleep.
Yeah.
Let's go for him. Nobody touch him.
So in which
Goes
case,
over and
I'm
kicks
going
him
to
in the nuts.
nullify one of those successes because of your narcolepsy.
Which one of the what have I rolled a success on?
You actually had successes on clearing.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, because of the time taken.
Definitely, I fell asleep, just like slunk.
So I'm gonna just nullify that. Can you roll
Yeah.
1d6 for me then? Because you're sleeping otherwise.
I'm sleeping on the job.
3,
Rolls.
that'll do. Okie dokie. Let me just jot down. Done some clearing. Not a lot.
Well, I did fall asleep on the job,
Can
so
you put your fatigue back up 1 point? Because you will actually you'll properly sleep through to the next day, basically. Just like,
I'm at a 4.
so what's next on the grand scheme of stuff that's happening?
I think I also did some scrap salvage with.
Scrap
Or
salvage.
no, wait. Did we? Did we do?
Well,
Amelia, did
I've
we?
got the
I
note
don't
here of
think
wood.
Yeah, we went to get some wood.
Yeah,
If
Amelia,
the
like you
weather
are like
allows it.
seriously down the hall. Like
Did you have me back? Did you also have me set low?
You are. I mean, I've got you at nearly 200%. You're still
Okay. Well,
quite
then it's not
muty.
good. I'm putting back
yeah, you to
conference
me it's like
mode.
Oh,
Maybe
gee.
like this.
Whoa.
Better?
Yeah, better. Let me just
much better.
Readjust.
My eardrums have now connected.
Yeah. Suddenly,
Sorry.
Amelia.
Well, I did not know the conference mode made that much difference. What I was trying to do was make it so it doesn't pick up everything.
If you go to the recording after this, you'll see the difference.
Ah.
Yeah.
Is everybody shouting?
Ah.
I like that one. Like eardrums reconnected.
Yeah. Anyway, back. So I've got that you were taking some. So are you still hunting for wood? Because you can still get more wood. I believe you've managed to get
Whenever the-
some.
Whenever the
Yeah,
weather was in such a thing that it wouldn't freeze us when we were out there.
All right. So you're particularly looking for weather-friendly wood gathering.
Yes.
Point out the house can't get wood.
Oh. Weather-friendly.
Cannon. The house has no cock.
Maybe
No,
he
you just
should
can't
get
get
a.
sexually aroused.
Okay.
But maybe he should go and get another enhancement that is just controllable or something.
Light bulb on, light bulb off, light bulb on.
So is that Amelia
Preferably with
talking? Or is that
vibration,
Ruby
then.
talking?
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay, so there is potential for wood gathering. So can you roll me? This will be an outdoorsman check. What is your outdoorsman? 8?
Wouldn't it work on my scrap salvage because it's a
Nope.
material, not a specific
Nope.
thing? Well, shoot.
I'm the GM. I'm the guy with the rules.
Yeah, you are God. Oh my! What is me and my
That's
rolls
horrible.
today? I am 6 over. I can't even find a fucking twig.
Sadly, that is so bad that you are not able to take advantage of the available time. You are working on a prototype of. What was this for?
Alcohol.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, right. And I need to do that, so that's a secret. I'll have notes on that
Yes.
somewhere. Hang on, let me check my notes on inventions.
I like the fact the only one who was excited for that was Chike.
Right. Ah,
Well, Zos, obviously.
I've been pretty generous with this one, by the way, but looking at my notes. So,
Well, it's because I do have most of the things working in my favor.
sadly, you do not prototype anything in the available time. I can't come up with an in-story reason why this has happened, but the dice say it's happened.
I can. He's too tired.
Yeah, well, okay, yeah, so you're just too zonked out from your narcolepsy, and yeah, you failed to come up. Thank you, Amelia. That's a perfect excuse.
You're welcome.
Perfect
Right,
excuse.
teach that.
Okie dokie.
So when's your campaign starting? No.
Right, that is all of Leon's stuff dealt with. Ruby.
Trouble.
Ruby. So you were scavenging for cable.
Let's see. I
believe
was
you'd already got a little
training
bit.
scrounging. Yeah, and I was scrounging for cable if the weather allowed for it.
Well, you do have available time, all you've got to get is a roll that's good enough to make use of it.
Right, here comes. I think.
Oh,
probably
what's your
works.
scrounge?
10.
So time addition, and you've rolled that. That's easily good enough to make use of the available days that you can go out without freezing.
Good stuff.
This is going to be quite profitable for you actually. So on the clearer days, I need to now generate, because I'd given you a little bit before, but it was only a little bit, wasn't it? It was like 2 yards or some nonsense.
I think so.
Should be in your notes.
We have 28 yards in total, so yeah, there's probably some of that.
Okay. Well, the gods of luck and chance appear to have smiled on you because that roll's pretty dope. And the time that you are able to get out into the snowy apocalypse that is the external world, you come across, I don't know, a particularly industrial-looking pre-war building that consists maybe of like 2.5 walls and a bit of floor. I am going to do an unfairness check on this with my new unfairness thing.
Unfairness check.
Yeah, I have a thing called the unfairness check.
That sounds pretty unfair.
Sounds perfectly reasonable.
Which tells me, well, I'm going to get past. I don't think that one's going to be suitable, so I'm just going to use that one. Can you make a lock-picking check for me? Maybe it's, I don't know, some electricals box or something, but I need a lockpick check.
Okay. My lockpick 7. It's gonna be difficult.
Oh my god, the safe.
Ooh, it's 2 over.
No, that's actually okay. It's not brilliant. You won't get the full amount that I was going to give you, but you are going to get some. I will give you 17 yards of cable.
Ooh. Good stuff.
17 or 70?
17, 1-7.
Ah. So
Alright,
awesome.
we're up to 45.
Nice.
Good stuff.
And that wasn't
Awesome.
even. You could have got more, but unfortunately, for some reason, it was locked behind something, and you couldn't unlock it. Back to the time advancement. Where's time advancement? So that was your scrounging. You were training energy pistol again, I believe.
Yep.
So energy pistol. Which is currently being trained to level 13, according to my notes.
Yes, from 12.
And I will take off the emote. Against your agility, just to see if you fuck this up.
Wink. Oh, leg. 7.
Yeah, it's fine. Anything short of an absolute fuck up is you do it. So I'll take off all of your time for that. And then you were also helping with the wood thing. Now, bearing in mind that you were helping Leon in this, there is time available to do so, but apparently in that time Leon was just fucking dozing. You can still attempt. You can still attempt to get your wood if you would like.
He was sleeping on the cart.
Yeah. So give me an outdoors check for this.
Oh, that's a bit worse. Outdoorsman, mine's 10, so that's on it, I guess.
That's all right, because you get the extra time, and you take extra time anyway. So that will put it to that, and you rolled that. And yep, can you? In fact, no more rolls required for that one. You have gathered not a lot of wood. How much did I give you before? I gave you 2 faces, wasn't it? which worked out to amount of kilograms. Or no, I worked it out in
a
days
little
worth.
less than 2 months.
All right, in which case you can add for the time you've got an extra, call it 20 days worth. So just stack on, just say 20 days worth
Okay.
of wood.
So about 2.5 months in total now.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll try and
That's
keep it.
good.
And that was just with you and Quinn going out, and like maybe Leon was there just like leaning against the cart, like picking bits up. Like, oh yeah.
Yeah, like he was picking up a twig, and as he moved it, he was so tired, it's just slipped out of his fingers, just like, huh?
Ruby would
Never
have to
mind.
do a will save if she wanted to go by herself. Or a will check.
Well, I'm assuming that Leon was quote unquote there, but he was apparently less than helpful.
Mm.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
the way I completely failed my outdoorsmanship by what, like 8 points?
Yeah, you massacred that one.
Yeah.
Is
I am there. I am moral support sleeping on the job. I
Yeah.
am the bad example.
is Ruby also continuing to carouse with the guards?
Yes.
Give me a speech check then.
Coming up. That's on it.
Which is enough. Do you want to try and get any information or persuade them in any fashion?
No, she's just talking a bit. Not really anything deep. She kind of feels bad because she knows they're gonna get attacked soon, probably. Yeah.
You only I'm just gonna make a roll against the guards. Nope, that's 2 dice. That ain't gonna work. Let's try again.
Oof.
They inquire as to what's on your mind. Like they're so chummy that like, oh, what's up? Oh, you seem down.
Just some emotions I'm dealing with.
Oh yes, it can be quite straining living out here in the wastes.
Yeah, it is.
They seem happy. An excuse was given, and they appear to have absorbed it.
Okay.
So that was carousing.
I also have scrounging training and crossbow training.
Let's do crossbow to 13. I've got here. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Pew pew, motherfucker.
I'm a roll. Oh, what? Oh, that took a while. Aw, that's... If it's agility, that's a fail by 1.
It's insignificant in a crossbow training, so that's good enough. Maybe
Okay.
during your training, like some of your shots are a little bit wide, but you learn from your mistakes more than being punished for it. Like, oh, I'm taking it too far to the left, or I'm raising it too high, or something. You make some mistakes, but you pick up on it.
Yep.
And you say you were doing scrounging.
Yep.
So that I've got here is scrounging to 12?
11.
Well, your scrounging to 11 completes in the first week. So if you want to continue, it will be going to 12, and I'll have to recalculate.
Yeah, sure. Let's take that to 12. That's... So I can put it on 11.
For now, it is at 11 because you've completed that in the
Okay.
first week of events that happened.
That's cool.
So scrounging is a skill. That's what it is.
Yep. I think it's based on perception, isn't it?
Probably, he says, rustling through the book. Oh, I don't know where I'm looking. Per easy. That's all I want. It is the easy part. I just need to know what level skill it is. What's your perception then?
11.
11. Okie dokie, and you're taking it to 12. Ooh, it's going to be a long
Yep.
one.
Okay.
Gonna be a long one.
What's long? A few months?
You're looking at, when are we? We're just coming up to the end of January. You're probably looking at the end of March for this.
Okay. So be it.
So I shall add that in. Scrounging to 11 at, and I'll take off the week that you've done. There. Right.
That was all?
Then we've got, well, that was all for you, I've got.
Mm-hmm.
And then Vulcan just has some training, which I've automatically deducted his times. So that's Doctor to whatever the next level is. Naturalist?
12.
Is it 12?
12.
Thank you. I'll take a note of that. Naturalist and then sewing. And I've taken off a week's worth of nonsense against all of those. DeHaas, are you resuming back to what you were doing previously?
Yes, minus a
can-
day's worth of
Minus the time
digging
for
around.
not dinkling around, yeah. So that's sneak and traps. That's that much. And that much. We are all caught up. Everyone has advanced
That's quick.
into whenever we said it was, the time of year that it is now.
Have we done food?
You will need to
January
take
23.
off. Yeah, you're going to need
Oh
to
yeah,
take
bunch
off.
of food.
Hang on. It's 12 per day, isn't it?
Yep.
12, yeah.
So if you just deduct 86 for me.
Did we do the first week already?
I think we've done that one.
Okay, so we're
First
done
week we did, yeah.
551.
I'm moderately certain we did the.
Ooh,
So
we did.
Done.
believe that means, if Amelia is correct on bookkeeping, last day was January 22nd, so the first fresh day of the world will be January 23rd.
February 1st.
That's correct.
February 79th.
No.
Yeah, the best day in February.
Oh.
So we've got a little bit of time. It is going to be snowing again, although it's not. It's very fine snow today. It's barely even perceptible. It's that weird sort of haze of snow that's just sort of drifting in the air. Whilst it's not compounding further ground coverage, it's certainly not helping it disappear. The weather otherwise is an average of 3, but a hearty high of 9 degrees. Fair, dry and steady, so there's no overcastness. It's going to be, for what daylight you do get, it will be appreciably bright. So, what, if anything, does the party wish to get up to?
Well, does it seem like we're about to be invaded by the?
I mean, a week passed since our interaction.
A week has passed.
What was the name? The light bulb? What?
Yeah,
what
the
was
light
it?
bulbs. That's the ones.
Yes, light bulbs.
The
Just
light
call
bulb.
them that specifically to their
Okay.
faces.
Oh, actually, there's one other thing. Because 2 weeks have now passed, can everyone give me an endurance check?
Uh-huh.
Fail.
Oh yeah.
Oof. I fail by 2.
Pass by 1.
Fail by
by
2.
2, fail by
The
2.
old guy survived it.
I failed by 3.
Failed by
He probably just
3.
has residual rat away in its blood or something.
Failed by 3. Let me just make some notes. On...
You know what we should do? We should find a vault. Our vault's a thing here.
As per my intro video, I'm taking the grand assumption that some form of preparatory defenses were made pretty much globally. I'm taking that as like a Fallout thing. So there are vaults of sorts here, I guess. That's what I'm saying.
Find a vault.
Okay. How cold is it?
So you're looking at a high of 9.
Oh, that's pretty high.
Yeah, I mean, midday you can probably go out and not have to worry about, that's walkabout weather. 9 degrees. And it's not too windy, so there's no great problem there. But the problem being that your daylight hours are very limited, limiting you to effectively like the 3 middle slots that I've allocated for day slots. And
Okay.
then the colder temperatures today, overnight is going to be -4. And apparently, because the average is quite low, I can only assume that that is going to be morning and evening are going to be quite horrible.
Hmm.
And it's been like that for most of the past couple of weeks. Like,
Okay. Right. So sometime after Ruby wakes
also,
up, she goes,
I just need to check how much food you've got on the count because I need to make a note.
I'm
Right.
guessing I should probably do my. I have 4 fatigue, so how do?
Right, yeah, because you've actually come out of this quite knackered. So yeah, I mean, you are in a state whereby you're just feeling drained. Performing normal actions feels tiring to you. You need a rest. You're physically exhausted.
All right. Well, it sounds like that we just woke up, so.
Well, I would hope you've woken up on every day of the weeks that have passed.
No, I've died.
But yeah, you're in a quote-unquote new day, so do with what you will.
Well, let's see if I actually gain some sleep. Yay! I actually passed my nightmares.
In which case, you can have back 1 fatigue.
Yes, I am back at 5, which means that I still have a chance of just falling flat asleep.
Chi, you can also have back your fatigue. In fact, anyone that isn't Mim can go back to full fatigue, because I hope you would have rested properly throughout this period.
hmm.
It's just, Just Leon being perpetually tired. Well, that's not true. We have had a long period where he was
I
completely
mean, for a
rested.
while you were like on top of the world. It's just
Yeah.
recently you've been working yourself to death and drawing at the both end of the fucking candle, son. So
Yeah, like Sue said to Hades, man, you gotta calm down. You'll work yourself to death.
Right.
yeah. And yes, no apparent attacks or additional like rampant ravaging forces or anything of that ilk.
Ooh.
Well, after getting up sometime, Ruby walks over to the machine gun,
A machine gun.
picks up the box of ammo that's with it,
Ting ting ting.
because it's only half full. Or,
Mhm.
well, if one reload is a single box.
Yeah, it's a one carton of bullets that would be fired by this thing.
Walks over to Leon and like, Leon,
Yeah.
do you think you could
Well,
buy more of this in town?
buy more of those calibers?
Yeah, more of this ammo, like a few of these boxes. I'll
Sure. That
forward some caps if you need them.
well, I got a few. Thinking about the almost 1400 caps he has on him.
Right. I just need to AF 1 second, so if you would like to talk amongst yourselves for RP purposes, that's fine.
Yeah, I can look into that.
Everybody, stop what you're doing. Look over here, real quick. It's super important. Look,
Okay.
Frank learned a new trick. Do it. Show them. No,
The Haas just gives zero fucks as he's eating soup.
show. What do you mean you want caps? No, just show them the trick. Why don't you? And then that's what he spends time doing after interrupting. Sorry.
No, it's world building, I think.
Okay, and then she has another question. Do you think you have those things to mount this thing on? Do you think you could make
Yeah,
the
the
mount?
turret ones, yeah.
Yeah, do you think you could make one that has like foldable legs or something that I could collapse and then have Quinn carry around?
What's Quinn carrying? What have I come back to?
That would probably me just making a but that's instead of a bipod, that's just a tripod to put it on.
Yes, a tripod that you can fold up and just put on the back of Quinn or something.
Yeah, that's simple enough.
Bearing in mind, Quinn is tall AF.
Yeah, so he would have some stuff to put or some space to hang stuff on his back or something.
I mean, yeah, if you're thinking about having it as a carry thing that he can, that's fine. I was just contemplating if you were trying to use him as a like a mobile mount.
Not as a turret platform, just as to carry this around.
Oh right, yeah. I mean, that would be easy for like Leon. That would be right in his wheelhouse, something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Just looking at Ruby. Let me just make this. Let me just make sure that I got this understand. You want me to make a foldable turret mount you can have Ruby carry around. You're not planning on having Ruby use it, correct?
Well, it was one thing to try to see if I can use this, yes. So we.
Okay.
And I'm already carrying enough stuff when we're walking around, but Quinn might be able to carry some more. So
Quinn
if he
can
carries
definitely
his,
carry more.
Yes, and
the machine gun,
I flumped my thinking, my speed, my actual speaking. I meant that if Leon is questioning if Ruby is wanting him to make a turret mount because Ruby wants Quinn to use the, the machine gun.
No. Quinn has weaponry.
Yeah, exactly. I was just a bit confused. So
But,
you just want me to make a foldable turret mount so you can use our massive machine gun.
Yeah, in case we run into trouble somewhere.
And
Well,
you
a
want
bit
me
more
to
firepower.
buy ammo for it so you can train with it, correct?
Yeah, or in case we get attacks.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. Rich, how difficult would it be for me to make that ammo if I had
So,
the basics?
wow, that's a loud sneeze. Uh, I believe, and I'm trying to look around for cards, but I believe that's a PKM that you guys got, isn't it?
Yes.
There it is, PKM.
Cool, I go with that thing.
It's over here somewhere.
So it's 7.62, but it is SP ammo. So
What
that
does that
tells
mean?
me, basically, I have, for the purpose of this being a post-apocalyptic world, I've considered that some ammunitions are made in a very specialized way that mean that they basically can't be recreated in the wastelands. And of that, anything listed with SP is such ammo. You can create normal 7.62, but I would have to have some detrimental effect applied to the weapon stats.
Hmm.
So normal 7.62, you are pretty confident you could probably replicate.
Okay. Well, because I could just, yeah, I could buy some ammo, and I could also see if, well, if people have some bullet casings and stuff like that, and then just try to create some. Well, shit. What was it? What was it? I was missing to make gunpowder.
I thought you had a bucket load, didn't we? Wasn't it? You got a
No,
whole bunch.
charcoal.
Yeah, you got charcoal.
Yeah. What was else?
I think you were. Yeah, I think you were still looking for like nitrates and shit.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Um,
I am pretty sure I can't walk up to the group of 9 and ask them, "Hey, do you have large quantities of nitrate I can purchase?"
you could try. I mean,
I'm pretty sure that would be a bit sus. Just like that would be a bit suspicious. Just like, why do you want a massive quantity of nitrate?
Leon sus.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, want to play Among Us after this?
I've not yet played it. And, maybe, I don't know. I play
Maybe.
Payday. I play Payday.
It's quite fun. It's
I'm
not
sure it is
fun.
quite fun. It looks quite goofy, but I just haven't played it.
Yeah, it's definitely not a game you should play with randoms, like with random people. That's horrible. I've tried it. It's the worst.
Fair enough.
I got something interesting if I'm reading this correctly.
Less is less?
The ammo
9.
for the PKM is a non-disintegrating disintegrating links. So does that mean the belt stays intact after it went through?
I presume that's what it means. I mean,
understanding.
That's cool. Is it fabric?
I don't know.
might be.
But that would make it much easier to collect the spent cartridges.
Yeah. I mean, I've already come to the grand conclusion that if you're using weaponry, you're probably trying to scavenge the spent
Yeah.
cartridges from things.
Well, I was thinking of making like a little, because we have some fabric laying around, right? Like a little cloth bag or something,
mean,
and
you've
make that
got-
on the side where the machine or the ammo comes out.
Yeah, you can make a little bag. That's perfectly doable.
So they fly into the bag and just pile up in there instead of flying off into the distance.
Bing.
But if it's a belt that doesn't fall apart, then that might not even be necessary.
You know what? I'm, for research purposes, going to look at a PKM firing.
Yeah. This is just an article on Wikipedia that says it's non-disintegrating
Slow motion
looped
PKM.
links.
PKM belt fed full auto action.
Yeah, I
Prepare
want to
to
see that
be.
too.
Oh no!
Link it.
Hang on.
PKM 762 by 54R. 100 round belt.
Copy that. Here is what I'm watching.
You?
Oh no! It definitely spits glass everywhere.
Okay, well then it does need a little baggie to capture
Yeah,
the
it is going
links
all
and
over the shop.
shells. Oh, you have to sign in for this.
You shouldn't have to, just to watch a damn video.
Confirm your age.
Oh, yeah, because it's no, they've age limited the video, and that means that they need the fact that you have a Google account on which your age details are stored to act as your qualifier. Sorry.
No worries.
But yeah, it's definitely spitting shells everywhere. So
Okay. Right, so it does need a little baggie then. Wait. Hang on. This one does not. Oh, the belt stays intact, but the shells come out of it.
mm-hmm.
I would like to think that like how on earth would Ruby think that she could practice with this thing without just alarming everyone within everywhere? Yeah,
Fires that fast?
It's quite fast firing.
yeah, that burned through that ammo case. Wow.
Oh, it feeds from the wrong side, he says.
Excellent, even better. In fairness, yes, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it feeds from the right.
I've only just noticed that, yeah, because otherwise you hold a gun and usually it ejects the cartridge away from you. And if you're holding a gun, that means it's supposed to eject out to the right. Shocking
Okay, so
revelation.
the shells are flying everywhere, but the belt stays intact. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. It does fire proper fast.
It proper fast, like it's not. I mean, even in game, it's got a weapon card score of rate of fire 50, I believe. So it's significant. It'll put bullets where you want it.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. That's that. So I need to make a little cloth baggie to hang there to catch all the flying shells and the.
Yeah. Well, that's honestly that's an easy addition. I tell you what, I will do for you on Ruby's behalf an inventions check.
Okay.
So you know what you're doing. You haven't got an example. Does exist in some way. You don't have any armory skills, do you?
No.
So this will be on your science as a default. To think up a thing.
Null intelligence.
No. What's your science score?
10.
10. Okay. Well, it's actually going to take you a little bit of contemplation, but yes, you can think up and design a small baggie what fits on a gun to do the thing you want to do.
Okay. Good stuff.
If you must know, I rolled 1 point under the check score. You nearly didn't know what you were doing.
I should have you roll more often.
The invention check is always a blind check, so.
Alright, so do you have the materials to make that, Leon?
To make a small baggie?
Yeah, I mean,
No,
there's enough scrap.
the tripods.
Well, yeah. Let's see, what do I have? I have. Oh, that's no longer chunks. That's only scraps of aluminium I have. I have a usable chunk of plastic, which is a good thing to have. And then I have the chunks of steel, which I can't really do much with.
Not without a forge. Discussed at
Not
length
without
about
the
that.
forge, no.
How many
Also,
chunks of waste aluminium have you got?
No, I only have 5 scraps of aluminium. I don't have chunks.
Right, so
I used to have
5
chunks.
scraps. Oof. Yeah, that's actually not going to be quite enough to actually manufacture even a raggedy job.
Nope.
Okay.
Which is why
Unless
I'm
you've
like,
got anything, like any bits of shit lying around in your pile of crap, because I know you've still got piles of crap.
Oh yeah, we got lots. See,
I'm here.
we have a metal pole.
That's a good start.
That's a good start. A metal pole. I mean,
A metal bucket with a hole in it.
Yeah, he can
Um,
definitely turn that into a sheet of metal to mount something on.
8 doorknobs.
oh yeah. So
I will never use them for anything. I will keep them as memento.
A bent and rusted bicycle basket. That's probably not enough. A stop sign.
Also,
That's it.
hang on a second.
if we had a broken clock, Leon also has a ball hammer, so he would put a stop, a clock, and a hammer together.
So you have a metal pole, do you?
Yes.
Stop. Hammer time.
And how many scraps of aluminium did you say you had?
5.
The metal pole will, with all of your scraps, is enough to do a quote-unquote carry thing pod for the gun.
A portable mount, portable turret mount.
Yeah, it won't be pretty, and it will be subject to fault because it will be made out of scrap, but
Mm-hmm.
it will, you know, Air Bunny quote work.
Okay. Well,
Later when we find more stuff.
I am removing the scraps and making that thing so at least we have something. It also gives Ruby a chance to practice her weaponry.
In which case, can you also remove then the metal pole from these scraps?
That's gonna be removed.
And can Leon give
Yes.
me a machinist role with some considerable penalty because you don't have. I mean, you've got tools, but you don't have like
Yeah.
some important things that you would need for this. So
Alright.
give me a machinist role and see if you can.
3 under.
3 under. You have, yeah, you've managed to cobble this thing together, which somewhat represents what you're aiming for. So if you could
Oh.
write down that you have a faulty machine gun tripod carry thing.
I think that's probably for like Ruby to
Yeah,
keep
I
her
have.
weapon.
How heavy is this? Because it's going on Quinn's back.
Let's have a look here.
Oh.
In fact, crikey, mate, I know where I can look this up. I've got loads of gun references.
Crikey.
Uh,
How heavy is the PKM? I need to know that too in a bit.
the PKM should be on this card.
Oh yeah.
Weight 20.
Alright. I don't know what Quinn's carrying capacity is other than his storage compartments. But I think I have that set in the thing. I'm stealing this card, by the way. It's not mine. Boink.
Crikey, mate, I need to find the word tripod. Oh, that's making my computer very sad. I actually do have a document which has listed the weights of various things, such as like machine gun tripods. But it's all dependent on A, if that document is searchable, B, if I can remember where I saw it. Because I'm pretty sure it was in amongst all of the cyberpunk stuff. GURPS, 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 GURPSy, GURPSy, GURPS. GURPS? GURPS?
Oh, he has 45 carry capacity.
In which case that gun's going to account for half of it. Plus he carries the
Yeah.
toolkit, doesn't he?
No,
Look-
those are in his storage compartments, but he also has my bedroll on his back.
A
This
bedroll
is
is
his
next to nothing.
external carry capacity.
Oh, it's his external carry weight. All right. So
Yeah.
okay, well it's still half of his chugga-lugga.
Yeah, and the bedroll's 15, so that thing weighs more than 10. That's a problem.
Still trying to find all my GURPSian nonsense that I keep. Where would I have put a whole bunch of cyberpunk nonsense? Anyone? Anyone?
Oh,
Under Cyberpunk.
Yeah, you'd think. Other bits? Nope. Gaming. Nope. I have lost all of my old cyberpunk nonsense. Well, that is an absolute bugger.
aw.
I will have to come back to you for that. I'm going to have a quick look in the base set just to see if it's got any kind of reference, because it might have.
Oh, no hurry.
Worst case scenario, it might be in one of the gun book things, and I've got many of those in the GURPS selection of nonsense. Heavy weapons. Yada da da da. Detach. Ooh. Oh, you are shitting me.
Nope, I am having a laugh.
Number 5. So this applies to No, that applies to HMGs. This isn't HMG. But I guess I can work it out from that. Right, well, the tripod that is associated to a 50 cal machine gun, and this is not a 50 cal machine gun, they are vastly different. In fact, hang on, no, here, LMG 762, well, that's comparable.
Yep.
Has no bloody notes on it, though. Let me just take... So this is considered to be that much, and that's considered to be 3 times as much. So if I do rough maths, divided by 3, I guess. Cool. Right, at rough guessing, and this is only a rough interim guess, £15.
Oh.
25 kilos. No, about 23 kilos or something like that. That's...
And again,
No.
I'm
How
guessing
many
based
pounds
on
did
what
he
I've
say?
got. 15, 1-5.
That's 7 kilos.
Okay, I heard it 50. I was just like, that is a massive thing.
Alright, so 15.
And again, that is up to being retconned if I find anything that would tell me otherwise.
Okay. That does put Quinn at encumbrance 1.
Oh, really? Slow-ass
Yeah.
Quinn on encumbrance. I mean, it is quite a bit of kit that he's carrying, so...
Yeah, but that's his external carrying. The other ones are in his legs or something.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
He's
saying.
carrying...
If you consider all that he's carrying and the fact that he's got
Yeah.
heavyweight armor on him...
Yeah, he's carrying almost 100 pounds
It's...
on stuff. Okay. But...
And your bedroll doesn't have to be
It doesn't have to be, no.
on there.
It wouldn't be now, but if we're traveling long distances, then it would be.
Yeah, I mean, if you're considering going anywhere, then I expect you'd be packing up to...
But I guess if we're going long distances, we're taking the cart, so I could throw the bedroll on there.
Yeah, you've got a cart.
Yeah.
again, what
Yeah, I think this will be fine because the bedroll will stay at home anyway.
didn't we also like work out that it's almost like the Brahmin could pull another Brahmin in the cart or
Oh
something
yeah,
like that?
having a cart is
Multiple.
biblically good. Like just the fact that you
Yeah.
have a wheeled cart is multiple thousands of pounds of pulling.
Yeah, wheels are ridiculous.
That is still one of the greater achievement of Leon.
What, getting a wheeled cart?
I agree.
Well, okay, because currently I'm just pumping fucking energy into the ground because I don't have enough cable to it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, okay, making clean water. That probably
Mate,
also
clean water is pretty biblical.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure you can find passages in the Bible about clean water.
Are you saying that you're Jesus?
I'm not saying I'm not.
Okay. Good stuff. Anyway, so
Have you seen him and me at the same place?
well, no.
Hang on.
And I am trying to, and I,
I mean,
and
it's like,
I am
wait
trying
a
to make a
second.
distillery. I am trying to make a distillery, so wine coming up.
There's a first aid kit in one of Quinn's leg storages.
Oh, cool.
Huh. I don't remember where that came from.
Well, if it's there, you probably had it on your original sheet. Let me just go back and have a quick look at your build.
Maybe
Raggy clothes,
maybe
makeshift
Vulcan
armor.
gave it?
I do not have a medical kit in here. It might be.
Yeah.
No, I'll tell you what it
Urgent.
might be. Vulcan.
Yeah. But is this an
Hey,
actual
Vulcan
first
is
aid
the
kit
best.
then, or a bunch of bandage uses?
That's a surgical bag. That's a surgeon's kit.
Why does Quinn have that?
Oh, Quinn shouldn't have that. That should be in the cart. But I have 2 surgical kits, and those are in the cart.
Yeah, but this is a first aid kit that he has. Might have just been bandages, and because remember we went from.
I will. No. Yeah, you did give out some first
We
aid
gave them,
kits.
yes.
Oh, okay. So he does actually carry a first aid kit. It weighs 2 pounds.
Yeah.
Yes, it
Okay.
does. I have first aid kits on my thing, 3 of them at 6 pounds.
Right.
So that
Okay,
was
so
from
he does actually have
Vulcan
one.
that giving them out.
Good stuff. Then that stays there. Yeah. So if he's not carrying the bedroll, he's not encumbered. With the machine gun and the tripod. The tripod at 15 pounds. That's what you said, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Right. Well, then comes the next question. I'm gonna have to attempt to buy Big Gun's machine gun. Is that a possibility?
To the thing. What does the characters? Well, you have a few points, don't you?
I have some points.
You do have some points. Big guns, I know, is probably gonna. Now you can buy big guns because you have big guns, so you could buy points to upgrade that, or you can specialize to machine guns to avoid the defaulting break and get a new skill.
Yeah, I think I would just buy Big Gun's machine gun. That's the
So,
specialization, right?
Yeah, learning how to use that particular type of weapon.
Yeah.
Right. So, what is your big guns?
7.
Okie dokie. Well, to get big guns with specialization, whatever it is, machine gun, whatever that is, I've got classification. It's on the card. Each of the cards has a freaking classification for it. So
it's Big Gun's heavy machine gun.
Yeah. And it's a type GW4B. That tells me what type of GURPSian weapon it is, by the way.
Okay.
So, for speciality Big Guns HMG, you can pay 1 point to have it at 7.
Okay, how much for 2 points?
If you spend 2 points, you can have it at 8.
And then 4 becomes 9.
For 4 points, it would be 9, yes. Being as this is a new skill you'd be buying.
How much would it take to train it from 8 to 9?
Probably not a great amount. Because 8 to 9 is... so it's an easy skill. You would be using your agility, which is 12. And you want to go a little over a week.
Yeah, I'll spend 2 points and get it at 8 then, and start training it to 9.
So you're going to
That's okay?
buy it for 2 points. So you're buying a skill
Yep.
for 2 points.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to take those off.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Have speciality weapon that what you just said.
So big guns. Machine gun.
You can just put MG.
I'll just put MG, yeah. At 8. Alright, and then training, I add... Oh, it doesn't let me. Can't have more lines.
You can have as many lines as you like.
Yeah. Put it like this for now.
I'll have it onto my tracky thing as well.
To 9. Right, that's on it. Then that's probably my morning done with all this talking with Leon and figuring things out. Working on that ammo container thing, or that catches all the
Yep, the
shells.
catchy thing. What's everyone else up to then?
Well, I'm guessing most of my morning got spent on creating a tripod.
I'll allow that.
I
Yeah.
And I would say if any time remains, I would either do work. Did I ever get the distillery thing working,
No.
or did it fail on me?
You haven't even got as far as to like the furthest you managed to get was holding some bits of like maybe some old piping that you might have tried to use on the water distillery, and just holding them in front of you, and you're like, alcohol distillery, and just staring at the 2 bits of pipe. That's about as far as you've gotten.
Well, then I'm going to attempt again to see if I can.
You're allowed 1 attempt each day, so let me just roll that up with my secret dice. Oh, you think you know what you're doing.
Oh, sweet.
So staring at those pipes for a week, you're suddenly like, if I put the pipes together...
Oh God, I need to make something together, not apart.
Make a breakthrough. Yep, that's what we're doing. On a success, the concept... so this is another roll against trying to... So you've come up with the idea.
Yes.
And I need to roll again. Okay, you've come up with the idea, and you have no idea how to make it. So you're like, distillery, yes! And then you bang the 2 ends of the pipes together, and you're like, how?
Right.
Yeah, you've got a great idea in your mind's eye. You can see this like perfect copper kettle pot that's like smoking away, and you're like, distillery, and you're just staring at all the crap that's laid out in front of you, and like, how?
Oh well, there's another day tomorrow.
No distillery today, I'm afraid, Bob.
Well, that's okay. Well, I did spend half of the morning building a tripod. So 1 invention.
Yeah, I mean the tripod I'll give you because it's just bang some bits of
Well,
metal
I'm
together
already-
and off you trot.
Yeah, I made a bipod, so it's just like a bipod with another leg.
Okie dokie. So, I presume Vulcan's continuing otherwise to train himself. Volcano? Volcano?
Why?
What?
Ah,
Is he masturbating
Is that-
furiously in the corner?
no. Rich is asking you things.
What I'm doing?
Yeah.
Same thing as I'm always doing.
Yeah,
Try
I was
take over the
willing to
soup.
assume as much, but I was hoping to involve you in the discussion of such.
Well, he is. When you went away, he was vigorously having a discussion with Frank about doing a trick for the group. So, I think Vulcan's going to be taking some of his time to try to teach Frank to perform properly
Okie
for the
dokie.
group. So it's just like, no, come on, you got to put like this, and he's like doing tricks like a dog
Right.
do, but in front of the little puddle. Or what was it? Like just some garbage or something.
Just garbage.
Yeah, a scruffle of paper or something
Okie dokie.
in between his training.
Is it some of his old notes that he was like working on
Yeah.
that he's thrown to one
Yeah.
side, and he's just like,
It might like slightly resemble a horse shape, which is why when he's stoned, he's just like talking to it.
okie doke. And what about Dehaz?
I think Dehas will be working on his usual stuff. He, I mean, the recent events that just happened kind of shook him. He thought he was safe here.
Yes, this has been an awakening, I will say that. Because, well, without wanting to break all your backstory stuff, which is as yet not pertinent to the group memory, you, in character, had done a lot to make sure to try and avoid this.
And then these fuckers randomly turn up all together.
And then these guys just stroll up, and it's like the moment you saw that insignia, like your mind was just like whoa, like just like that super focus of like, oh no.
Yeah.
Not something we actually covered in your backstory, but I'm assuming that it would have been some time since your previous engagement. So
Yeah, I've been on the run for quite a while,
Yeah.
but I'm still not willing to suggest that this is long enough.
yeah, so like clearly it's present on your brain that, oh well, these guys, yeah. I'm sure you can read into what I'm trying to say without me having
Yeah.
to use too much
I
word.
think I might. Is this gonna be the last thing we're gonna do tonight?
Yeah, this little set of just running through things that are happening today will be the last bit of the sesh, and then what I'm going to do before we sort of wrap up is inquire about potential future. So, are we going to be fast forwarding anymore and that kind of thing. But for now, we're in a semi, singular day of events. So if you've got anything you need to do, let me know.
Dehas would be making sure all his kit is present, getting some food, filling up water canteens, that sort of thing. And you probably ask. We probably wouldn't ask. You'd probably take Ruby's arm and look at the PDA thing on her.
The QT.
Yeah, and what is weather tomorrow?
Tomorrow. Does it say what it expects for the day after?
I mean, you can try and sort of get a. It's not an accurate forecast, but it can certainly try and give you some information. Because it more has sensors that tell you about the current
Mhm.
thing, but you can attempt with your hacking to sort of create a pseudo like what's it called? Not a when a computer analyzes information to try and guess future things.
Forecast.
Prediction.
Yeah,
prediction.
like a data prediction.
Oh, you're looking for a
Temperature, wind
probability.
direction, air pressure, humidity, probably.
So upon give me a check on your hacking just to see if
All
you
right.
can function your QT in a way that it's not supposed to work.
Ooh, that is 8 under.
Yeah, so you sort of look at it and go, oh, it's not really supposed to give forecasts, and then you start tippy tapping away in some of the code, and you get into some of the root stuff, and you're like, oh, if I fiddle this and if I do that, and soon enough it tries to show you what it thinks is a forecast.
Okay. What does it think?
It thinks it's given you an exact same readout of the temperature of today.
So -4 low and 9 high.
Yep. It thinks that humidity is going to be unchanged, so it doesn't think that there's going to be any rain or anything of that ilk.
Uh-huh.
And it thinks that it might be lightly snowing.
Okay.
But comparing that to literally the last week's worth of reports, just eyeballing them, you're like, well, I could have said that.
About the same, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I tell that to the Haas.
I kind of just like push your arm away, but not kind of aggressive, just like
Mhm.
Ugh.
kind of. I don't know how to describe it. Kind of
Just
just like
dismissively,
Basically,
just
he lets go.
yeah.
See,
He's not being a dick. He's just being Dahas.
Yeah, that's fine.
But some people might see that as being a dick. I'm gonna go off to Vulcan. You have radio. Steel.
Vulcan.
Vulcan.
Volcan.
What?
You were asked a question.
Oh my
What?
god, what's he doing?
What are you doing? Why aren't you listening?
Repeat.
James?
I didn't hear. It was very
He
quiet.
asked you to repeat.
Do you have radio still?
Maybe. It's sitting beside him.
I
He
go
looks
over and
up.
take it.
Okay.
And that would be my actions for that day, apart from cleaning my rifle, like just literally stripping, cleaning.
Sort of proper, like, self-preparatory, like,
Yeah.
make ready all the things.
So yeah, I'm just making sure all my gear is fucking tip top.
Okay, allowed.
And how far are we skipping forward?
I don't know. I mean, this is going to be open to discussion. I'm not saying you have to skip if people want to do more intricate actions. I can go through it.
Well, we did already start this day, so I guess we gotta do this one.
Yeah, I mean, we'll finish up today.
Okay. That'll literally take my time, I reckon. I would literally be doing that.
Just like focus mode. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Really, the half would use an entire day on that? That seems a bit extreme.
Well, within
cleaning
that, I would
everything, like,
assume that
big
he's
tip right
probably
now.
also doing things like a quick perimeter check every like 30 minutes or something. Checking his erstwhile, what traps he has tried to put up. So it would be he would be consuming his time in trying to make his world right.
Yeah, and then that'll be me for till the evening, I suppose.
Cool. So I'm going to presume Vulcan is going to continue his normal training stuff. So I'll just deduct as appropriate. As appropriate. Done and done. Which leaves Ruby and Leon to fill out the rest of their days. Or today, at least.
Rest of our days.
Yeah, the rest
What
of
are
your
you going-
days.
Yeah. Suddenly we just got married. Hooray!
Hey!
Boo.
Well, I would say if that were to be the case, I'm pretty sure it would be like the most functioning wedding of all time. Just like two massive tech heads just getting married. Other than, well, it's getting warmer, so I'm guessing scrap salvage. It's something we could do.
Yeah.
During the the 3 middle parts of the day, you can certainly attempt to go outside.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind that the average is 3, so that does mean I'd need endurance checks for you just to check that you don't fucking.
Okay. Well, is it then extra fatigue or risk of
No,
hypothermia?
it'd be an extra fatigue for failure. Hypothermia would come later.
Well, let me just say,
That comes later.
well, Amelia, let me put it this way: if we don't do anything exciting that keeps Leon awake, I will fall asleep. I will pass out.
The cold will probably keep you awake.
Yeah.
So this is the second part of the morning.
For you too, yes.
Scrounging for cable, I guess.
Yeah.
I also need to do scrounging training at some point.
We can easily go for more than one time slot of scrunching.
Yeah, probably. Can I
Wanna
get the
spend a
training and searching for
Are you going
cable
to go
in
out
2
and come
slots?
back, or are you going to go out, stay out, and do 2 slots?
We will probably take a break in between and
Yeah.
warm up.
Right. Okay.
Having some of our like mythical soup.
Mythical soup. In which case, I shall advance your training as you're dedicating over slots to it. Oh, and I've just managed to rhubarb that up. Right, there we go. And can I have a scrounge check from Ruby?
Yes.
Ruby.
And don't I have to do my scrap work?
Ah, I fail
Oh, wow.
horribly.
Wow.
10. 5 over.
5 over.
Oh.
You don't even find anything even moderately interesting to pick up. Like you're
Okay.
looking around so intent on trying to find cable, and you're like, is there any and maybe like at some point you pick something up and throw it aside, not thinking to keep it, and then you're like, what was that? And it's gone under the. For Leon, you can have your scrap salvage.
Which is 4 under.
Cool. 4 under,
Yes,
you say?
this is counting for both time slots.
I will allow you. So if it's going to be, you're out with Ruby. It's enough that because of the time dedicated to the task, and because Ruby would be taking extra diligence anyway because of her methodical ways. So you have to spend extra time with her anyway because she's methodical. Because of all of that, you have just found some cable.
Sweet.
Nice.
Can I do a luck roll on the thing that she picked up and threw away to see if it was actually something usable?
Go for it.
Because I think that would just be. I am 4 under.
So, a luck roll.
I just love the idea of her picking up something like really useful and just like it's not cable and just throwing it away.
I'll have a look at my big loot
Oh,
here.
come on, give me a live hand grenade. Just picked up and threw a grenade.
Interesting. And you know what? I'll go with it because. So, under my. I've given you a stuff classification, and stuff is better than junk.
Cool.
Because you made a luck roll, and you made a pretty good luck roll. So you go over to where Ruby was sort of dusting away some snow and bits of rubble or whatnot, having heard something get thrown to one side, and you dig around in the light covering of snow wherever this thing fell, and you pull out a key ring full of keys.
Huh.
They're a little bit old, a little bit rusty, but it's a key ring full of keys.
Okay. The safe I uncovered, did that have a keyhole in it?
Anything that is locked has some kind of key application thing.
Can we go a detour on our way back past that safe and just try it out?
You can attempt to do so.
Yeah, I informed Ruby saying that, hey, I found a safe where possibly one of these keys might fit. That could be fun and random.
Sure. And Ruby goes along.
Okay. Well, you did manage to find 5 yards of cabling.
All right, putting that down.
Probably pulled
So we
from some
found
old house
22
or something,
yards
but
of cable this session. Sweet.
We're up to 50 yards. 10 more, I think.
yeah, little under 10, I think.
Wasn't it 100 we needed?
No, you've already planted some.
There's 30 in the grounds, and I'm at
Yeah.
50.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, so
Sweet. Almost home.
Leon,
Yes.
can you give me an outdoorsman check?
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh bugger. That's 5 over. I am not an outdoorsy type.
5 over.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, with the snow that's fallen, the landscape has changed in such a visually dramatic different way. As you're looking around, you can't differentiate one pile of ruined building from another pile of ruined building. And you're like, oh man, I know there's a safe, I just do not remember where the hell it is.
Can I roll my intelligence to see if I can spark a memory of it?
No, the outdoorsman check was the
Um,
be all
uh,
and end all to that.
And I explained to Ruby that like there's a safe like halfway buried into the ground. Like it's a big one. You can't we can't lift it. It's and it
Can I
looks
see if I can find it? A big safe around here?
Um,
I can explain to her like
that would be another time slot.
Okay.
Mm.
That's a little. That gets too
that's
cold.
probably for a bit for tomorrow.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm going to need endurance checks from the both of you if you haven't. Did you roll
Yep.
those yet?
No.
No, not
Well,
yet. Endurance check, please.
Why now?
I'm 2
Seriously.
under.
Yeah, in which case,
I'm
although
500.
it's very apparent whilst you're walking around, you're sort of, you start that shivering where it's a little bit too cold to be comfortable, but otherwise it's not detrimental to you. So you
Okay.
manage to do your scrounging, cold but unaffected.
Also, why
Nice.
did we roll this number now on this?
uh,
Like going down to fatigue, like I don't care. Like Leon doesn't care.
can Leon give me a narcolepsy check?
Narcolepsy, that would be a. What would you count this as a low to no action?
Scrounging is a rather sedentary thing in my view. Not something you're going to be emphatically engaged in.
Okay, cool. Bugger. I am 2 over.
In which case, nearly the moment you walked through the door, the warmth of the room that's gathered there, it's enough, even though inside the room it's a little bit chilly still, but that warmth of those fires that are burning and the smells that you're used to,
Yeah, the
just
soup.
oh, I'm back home now, and you just bonk out, so you don't get the rest of your day.
Bugger. I was planning on.
Nope.
Also, just a quick thing. How close am I to getting body armor at 12?
You are
Just a rough estimate.
far away.
Okay. Oh, well.
Yeah. So either way, not going to happen.
Okay. Well,
Amelia. So Vulcan's busily muttering to himself. Every now and then he sort of rustles through some papers on the floor and says something, and then goes back to busying himself with some notes.
Well, my last slot, I guess. I guess I could wake up Leon by doing big guns training.
that would be horrible.
Yeah, himself waking up to that.
Also, I do have to retcon that the side effects of failing narcolepsy is that the character suffers basically unconsciousness until the following day.
Okay, so I can just do that. Well, I don't know about that, so I'll do some.
This one, it just say the sleep lasts for 8 hours or until woken.
Yeah, Ruby thinks he's just taking a nap, so she's not going to make any noise. She will do crossbow training. That's probably a lot less loud.
A lot less loud. Would you like to stack that on? I'll stack it on. So
Going pew pew instead of taka taka.
taka taka taka. Right. Not that it matters. Can you give me a luck roll?
A luck roll?
Yep, a luck roll.
Okay.
Luck is a useful ability in this game.
Oof.
2
You
over.
have managed to break some of your crossbow ammunitions. I don't know how much you currently have.
I should know. Crossbow. Where's the ammo for it?
Well, I did say the ammo if you write it into the description of the cards.
Oh yeah. Oh here, bolts. I have 4 reloads of bolts.
4 reloads of bolts. In which case, get
Yeah.
rid of 1 reload, and you now have a few in its place.
Okay, what's a few again? That's about 3/4.
Yeah, give or take, it's sort of 3/4 or half. Give or take the smashings.
All right, done.
But yeah, you sadly look on at some of the bolts for your crossbow that are just smashed beyond belief, where you're like shooting them into a concrete wall or whatever.
Okay. Do we have 2 crossbows? We only have 1, right?
I think there's only 1 crossbow.
Okay.
Which will conclude the day, I believe. I could be wrong.
Yay! We didn't die.
You have not died. So yeah, big old discussion. Are we fast forwarding? Have you got anything specific that needs to get done?
Okay, no, it's fine. Carry on.
Carry on.
Yes, yes, we are fast forwarding. Yes.
I think that's okay.
No, it's just like, well, right now I'm just looking at food, like when we're supposed to go maybe getting some, like, hunting some more food. I say we because Leon doesn't fight.
The royal we.
The royal we, yes, exactly.
I'm pretty sure that's just some kind of dick joke weaved in there. But
You
yes.
currently have about a month and a half on reserve.
Okay.
Wait, of food?
Yes. Also, take 12 off.
Oh yeah, good point. That goes down to 39 then.
Also, how much fatigue have I gained from me
Uh,
collapsing?
You
in
will
the
gain
door?
back 1 fatigue because you go into a restful state, and then it's up to your nightmares as to whether or not you can.
I wake up during screaming. No, I don't scream.
In which case, you gain a net of 2 fatigue overall.
I am back at 7.
Ahoy!
I am. Oh yeah, it's
But for fast forward, maybe 2 weeks.
yeah. So far
Again, all fast forwards are pending interruptive things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But do we want to
Alright.
just wait until we want to? Do we want to plan it out now and then just react to it next session?
Yeah, we
It's
can
already
do.
that late.
If you want to do some more fast forwarding, we can certainly put plans in place.
Yeah, sure. So the first day after, or the first day of this fast forward is January 24,
Yes.
and the first new day after it is February 7.
So February 79th.
Yep, that's what my log says. 14 days of fast forward. I'm gonna start filling this out already.
Oh, I need to do that, don't I? The only problem with fast forwards at this time of year is the snow. That's the only
Yeah.
bit I haven't got I can automatically work out. So I'm having to do more generalized. Charles?
Yeah.
You all right, Bob?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Just emotionally crying inside, but laughing because it's the only way to cope
Aww.
with it.
Feb 7th, you say?
Oh yeah,
Was that relating
Leon.
to me or?
I don't know. You said
Yeah. You know, I need to have a chat after this session, I think.
Oh dear. That kind of is it?
You want to re-roll another character?
Is it that obvious?
Oh.
No, the house is fun.
Well,
Well,
I'm just playing to Hast of what he would do. Like he's okay. This is how it's going to play out. This is how I want it to play out. At the end of this evening, when it's all dark, Dahas is just going to leave, and the only thing he's going to leave is a hand grenade. It's not going to be trapped or anything, but he's literally going to leave the hand grenade.
Oh,
He is
I
callous,
totally
but
thought he was
he's going to leave behind a present.
I thought it was gonna leave like the grenade in a trap or something.
Like
Yeah.
explosions.
Yeah, and and on he in German just writes, Frank says hi.
No, just fuck you, Frank.
Yeah, fuck you,
Fuck you,
Frank.
Frank.
What happens was a really shit moment for Dahas, I have to say.
Is he moving on? Is he
Yeah, he's
doing his
yeah, he's
wanderer?
a bug. Yeah, he continued to do.
I mean, he arrived as a
the has-
wanderer,
the
so
has- yeah, and
Make sure you take enough food.
don't worry about that. Yeah, I'm not going to steal anything from your pile as it is.
Oh,
I would understand if you did.
To better, he's already stolen from it, so
yeah. There has been a background.
legit.
I mean, Vulcan was actually aware of this.
Yeah.
Like Vulcan's watched him
taking
do
food
this
off
several
piles for a while.
times.
Yeah, many times. Vulcan
But-
just figured he needed more food for something, so he didn't
Oh.
bother with it.
What have you been doing with all that food?
Where I went the other night, was my bug out. So that is my. I need to get the fuck out of here. Things have gone into motion where that needs to go happen. So my prep has been worth it. I'm literally going to go there, pick up my stash, and just.
Okay, this is exactly the
You
reason
may never see
why
the hat again.
he'd have that bug out. So yeah, this is exactly why.
Dahas has just done everything in his power to get himself ready for this situation. It has come happen, so he is now going to operate Order 66, get the fuck out.
From a
So,
character arc, I do
it's a meta.
appreciate that is suitable.
And I did actually mention at the start of the session that my character may bug out to Rich and cue the stranger perk from Fallout. You know, the random guy that appears
Yeah.
and kills your opponent.
Mysterious stranger.
Yeah. Which I found was quite funny. But yeah, you won't see Dahas again.
Aww.
God, I keep making stuff for people and then they just fuck off.
I will. I mean, can we expose some of Dahas now?
Yeah, let's just open the book to this.
Yeah.
What do you want to pick out first? What do you want to unpick? Is multitude of layers of onions.
Okay, so there was
Shit.
one little key thing which I included in your character build. I don't know if you can discuss it about the inclusion of the part in your brain.
Yep.
Which was put there as a keystone sort of basically it was a quest hook that was waiting, and it was in Dahas's head. He had
Oh.
an encrypted data storage planted there.
Which is why I'm on the run.
Oh.
I was a crack unit that, or part of a crack unit that used to work for these guys, and I think as we discussed before, if I remember correctly, his team got wiped out. He was left, and they ended up doing some augmentation, as you might call it, on him, and not with him willing to do so. And part of that was installation of a storage device in his head that had encrypted data that was supposed to be for transport for whatever reason. I don't know specifically what this information is, but I ran away, and these people are hunting me for this information.
Oh.
This came about because of the perks I had, in the sense of I had to have a negative perk.
Yeah.
And the RNGesus gods decided to bring these assholes up to our doorstep. So I was like, new character time.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's
Soon as that
purely
happened-
RNG, but it is exactly the story arc of Dahas.
So
Yeah.
so you're a courier, but instead of a bullet in your brain, it's a chip.
What was that
No one.
Keanu Reeves movie? Where
Oh,
he
I
had,
appreciate the reference.
Okay, good.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, that's the story behind these assholes and Dahas. He's been battle hardened, so he has no love. General. Full stop.
Okay, and
All
it's
the
not
meaning
that
of the-
they placed the chip in the spot where your humor and niceness you.
No,
usually
Dahas
is
is
and
just
stuff.
actually an asshole. He's like, that's who he is.
Yeah, killed
Yeah,
many
I'm just
people, and I've done things that are pretty.
Oh
She
yeah,
said to Geneva Kovic, be happy about it.
Dahas is a dark character. But if he's now wandering out into the darkness, then that's where the darkness meets the dark, I guess.
Yeah, I tried to play him as dark as I possibly could, and I'm sorry that rubbed off as me being an ass, but I'm kind of on the railroads of the fucking perks that are given to me. It's like he's
I
callous.
got an idea. Next time you make a nicer character.
Oh, don't worry, I've got this squared away.
Nicer character.
right now, it seems to me, Jack, that you're just going through the negative list and just working out
Like,
how
yeah,
bad.
that'll be great. Let's put that in.
No, it didn't end up like that. I wanted Dahas to be like a cybernetic sniper, amazing, and then we had to have some negatives because having cybernetics and the eye that was a red thing, we had to have some negatives, and that turned out to be
Mhm.
callousness. So
Mm.
my structure of what I wanted to be was that GURPS was like, no, you can't have that. You must have some negative. Therefore, what can it be? Callous was the balance.
Yeah, and also it just fit into the concept of this hyper focused stoic, battle wearied, uh, dedicated marksman who's just been his life is military basically.
Mm-hmm.
Which it still fucks me over because he still has a better speech than Leon. Just like
It just says "fuck you" in a bit more meaningful way.
Yeah,
I
just a
suppose.
bit more meaningful. Did you want to open up what the checkered past was actually going to be? Because you discussed it sort of on brief with me, but we never actually nailed anything down.
I think it was probably he, as part of this faction. They're quite expansionist, as we found out from their conversations today. So he was probably part of a lead scout or just basically a resource gatherer in the eyes of these people, and he must have gone in to get some tech. And it was stated that at any cost, no survivors, and the people that were involved there were kind of a humble people, just like yourselves.
So
There was
he just hobo
families.
murdered a bunch of innocents then.
Myself and my unit went in there and did that, and their guards or the people that were guarding them came around and killed most of my team, apart from myself. So that's endues the other bits, I suppose.
There we go.
Okay.
So he's killed lots of people. Doesn't care age, sex, whatever.
Just like proper sort of
I mean, it
Leon assassin, silent gun over the crib of a baby. Just foot. Yep, that's dead.
Oh yeah, callous. But yeah, my next character, which I've got an idea for, is going to get on really well with Vulcan.
Oh dear. Okay, so there we have it. The Hass into the night.
So, but what's
you-
worse is that that's our strongest combat
Yeah,
character.
I was about to say that. Yeah, our combat force is going down quickly.
I mean, it does make me a
But
lot more happy that I took the machine gun up, but
I will say your combats without Dahas is heavily limited because none of you are specifically combat oriented. But you have now had 2 encounters. So the raiders you talked down from being potentially aggressive, and then they stayed a night and chilled out with you
And paid.
and paid. And now the more dangerous Licht de Glauben, who came by not with any maliciousness, but you talked them into non-aggressive interactions.
Yeah.
And I know that there's an element of trying to engage people in specifically the way I'm handling it, at least. So there's always a random element of how they're going to react. And maybe you've been a bit lucky in those responses. But so far, talking to people seems to be working.
Yeah.
So,
Make some friends.
So what you're saying is that it actually is a good human thing to talk to people instead of just shooting at them.
Apparently so. Who knew?
Who knew? So who's up for some payday?
Who knew?
Just mowing down Oh, I meant as a joke. Just mowing down people.
Civilians. Amelia's pretty good at that.
Anyway,
Screenshot says she
so,
beats 22.
with the revelation of DeHuss's disappearance, are we still working out the fast forward template?
I think so. Unless anyone
Well,
objects.
considering the fact that he fucked off and then he just returned again at the next day. Yeah. Also, yeah, Leon wouldn't miss him that much. He'd be more concerned about food.
Yeah, because now we have to go hunting.
Oh my god.
Dun dun dun. That is a bit of a problem,
Except
actually,
like
for you
him.
guys. Actually,
Yep.
no,
What?
Leon, you don't have to go hunting. You can walk into town at any time
Oh.
and get your ration allocations.
Oh my god. But I'm getting used to having like proper food instead of just like
Some
powderized cardboard.
shitty gruel that happens to be
Hey.
like brown.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe those other people take over and they're a bit friendlier in terms of trading and stuff. I mean, it could also be the other way around, but why not?
Vulcan's gonna have you get some seeds.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's probably a thing that we should probably like. How it's everything's still frozen, right?
Yeah, we can't do nothing with the ground.
Okay. Because I was planning on maybe getting like some soil in so we can start like detoxifying it. Just the amount of like toxins in the dirt would have to be purified out.
Well, but the thing is that the stuff that would grow here would be used to growing,
True. True.
so it's probably not too essential. We may just have to wait until like spring or summer, where shit starts producing.
I mean, on that line, even the expansive woodland that is next to you, there are some evergreens amongst the woods, and as I described briefly in a previous episode, previous session, even those that are alive they look like they are trying to be alive rather than flourishing. So even, grand trees that have stood for hundreds of years are struggling.
That's going to be a problem. I don't know. Skipping
Nature
ahead is
finds a way.
dangerous.
Yep.
600 food or 500 food looks like a lot, but it's not. So maybe we shouldn't do that.
Well,
Maybe we
without
should do
DeHass anymore, you're only using 9 a day until someone new
Yeah.
turns up, quote unquote, hashtag meta.
25% less.
Yeah.
Now, who knows? Maybe the other one who joins is a robot, so he won't eat anything.
Yeah. Just
Subtle hints.
actual robot that doesn't need to eat or have energy
I'm
or
gonna
anything.
be Fallout Rumba.
You're gonna be fat bastard. Oh, hey, fat bastard! Get all your food in my belly.
Oh, he's gonna eat everything.
Would you allow
No.
a synth?
What?
Would
Sorry.
you allow a synth?
A synth?
Synthetic. Have to obviously be a lot of checks, but would you?
Yes, but he's gonna be super callous.
A supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Wow. He's never do that again.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's recorded. It's fine. You can listen to it.
Yeah.
You should make like a replay of it. Just send it to him.
Excellent. That's his new ringtone.
10 hours.
10 hours. Yeah, the 10-hour remix.
Make a song.
A full synth. I mean,
Full on synthetic.
they do exist in the Fallout universe.
And I know they exist in GURPS.
Yeah, they exist in GURPS, yeah. I mean, everything exists in GURPS.
That's a pretty high. Or a pretty low bar.
Yeah, it's just like, of course it does. That would be problematic. I would certainly allowable, but there would be some heavy caveats.
Interesting. How about rad resistance?
Ooh, well, you see, you can get rad resistance with some
Yeah.
perks.
Oh, just perks.
There are some perks that do it.
They're
There
like
are some
20
drugs that give it, and with the correct armor, you can acquire it. It is possible through abuse of perks, drugs, and armors to become nearly impervious to the effect of external radiation.
Oh, I was just talking about the resistance to radiation skill advantage. It depending on how many
Ooh.
points you spend on it, you can get up to like 1,000 rad resist. But
There is a thing.
it's really expensive though.
Again, though, this does come down to the world. So, it probably doesn't exist for humans to acquire.
I do believe that one was an exotic feat. It had the little alien head by it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, fair enough. I had to try. I've been lucky so far, but you know.
Radiation tolerance. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
your cells or circuits are resistant to radiation at the cost of the advantage, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, for absolute hoon loads of points, you can be... I will say that exists in the case wherein... So, for instance, some of my creatures, and for that matter, some of the robots as well, have resistance against radiation. And it's exactly based...
Are normally vulnerable to that?
High radiation will fry electronics.
Oh, very high radiation.
Yeah.
Okay.
They just have really high resistance, I guess.
Yeah, so with a resistance against it, basically they have shielding on their electronics, which prevents it from being overloaded, or you make up suitable reasons why it happens. But that skill, I'm going to say, doesn't exist on a human acquisition scale. So you meatbags, no. Me GM bestiary, yes. Cool. In which case, I will cut the end of the session there. We can do fast forward planning and whatnot in the next one. Cool. End of